Hello, everyone, and welcome to Act 3 of the Omega Horizon campaign, the Alabaster Throne. For those of you who may have missed out last week, we left off with our intrepid crew on Osiris Station, a research station in deep space that works on groundbreaking scientific breakthroughs pursuing immortality, the ability to upload the consciousness of organic beings and then storing those consciousness in cutting-edge androids to allow them to defy death. It turns out that Scarlet was, in her previous life, Gemma Werner, the wife of Matthias Werner, one of the members of the board of Aladyne. Unfortunately, Gemma, it would seem, had a life-threatening genetic disease, which ultimately was a death sentence, and in order to circumvent that, Matthias had her consciousness uploaded and then installed within one of these androids, also called a ghost walker. So we are joined by our normal cast here, the very talented April Illajay, Jess Parsons, and Heather Drew.
Hi!
Hi! Hello! Hi, everybody!
Ladies, quickly let everyone know who you're playing today.
Cool. I'll go first. Hi, everybody. I'm April Illajay, and I'm playing Celica Riggs, a hacker/engineer. That is me.
Hi, I am Jessica Lynn Parsons. I'm playing Scarlet. She is a smuggler android.
Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Drew, and I am playing Zara Complex, and I am a Paraboran, and I'm an Inquisitor with 4 arms and 4 foot tall.
So sweet. Love it.
So when we last left off, Scarlet in particular was in the middle of an existential crisis, trying to figure out what it meant that she was this whole other person, that her memory had been blocked, not erased, but blocked, in order to give her a fresh start. And now she has been given the offer by Dr. Calliope of the Osiris Project that if she wants to, they can remove this mental block and she can get all of Gemma's past memories back. So when we last left off, I believe Celica and Scarlet were having a bit of a heart-to-heart.
Yeah, I think she left the hallway. I was just sitting in the hallway.
Yeah, I walked off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Scarlet, you're just walking down the hall. You have a particular destination in mind, or you're just sort of
trying
to
need to take space.
think?
Yeah.
Sure. So while Scarlet walks down the hallway, you actually see a small group of scientists briskly walk past, and they seem to be going to one of the docking bays.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow them.
So, tailing behind them, I'm assuming you're not hiding, but you're also just sort of like not trying to give off that you're on their tail, you're just sort of walking in the same
Yeah, that kind of just like casual, like, yes, I belong here.
So you
totally
tail
normal.
you tail this group several feet behind when you come to one of these docking clamps that extends out from the station, and the scientists have all gathered around, and the doors open with this whoosh as everything pressurizes, and out from the docking clamp walks several Parborans.
Okay. I'll still kind of stealthily observe what's going on.
They are greeted formally by the scientists, and then another Parboran walks out from whatever ship has docked here, and she appears to be, though you're not terribly familiar with the Parboran species, she seems to be older just by her gait. You know, she seems a little infirm. The slight tremors of an older body struggling to make its way along, and she does have one ornate wooden cane that she walks with also. And as this woman exits, ignoring the scientists who greet her all together, she turns to you and gives a knowing nod.
Turns to me?
To you.
And this is not something that's expected, right? To see Parborans in
No.
this space? Because
No.
isn't Zara way out of her...
She is way out of her regional space, yeah. So Zara is a Parvoran, they're part of the Vanadium Union. You are currently in Yamato space. This is a heavy human-dominated area.
You said one of the scientists? I don't know who this is specifically.
A Parvoran. One of the
Oh, a Parboran gave me a knowing look.
The older Parvoran, yeah.
Oh, I'll give her a kind of a come here nod.
And she, with her cane, hobbles past the scientists, and you can tell that the other Parborans present appear to be her entourage because they try to tend to her immediately, and she actually swats at one or two of them with her cane to have them give her space as she wobbles over to you. And as she approaches with that, again, elderly sort of tremble, she says, "You must be Scarlet."
Have we met?
No. But you're friends with my granddaughter.
Ah, you must be talking about, Zara. Why are you here?
We'll get to that. No need to rush. And she hobbles past you, heading in the direction of Celica and Zara.
Wait. How do you know who I am?
My dear, I'm an oracle. I know everything. And she keeps hobbling along.
Okay, I will curiously follow her wherever she's going.
Am I still like... I'm pretty sure I'm still sitting with my back against the wall on... Do I hear the cane like clickety-clack down this hallway?
You hear this rhythmic clicking against the pristine, very sterile hallway, and you can hear a few voices talking. Zara, you're with Celica, correct? Yes, and so you hear, just again, the sort of inflection in tones, even though they're speaking sort of the common dialect, you can tell that there are Parborans approaching.
I was muted. My heart starts racing because I suddenly know that someone's present.
Can I look over at Zara?
Yeah, so Zara seems to have tensed up a little bit, and so again, her backstory a little bit. She's been dogged a little bit by her people because she is supposedly destined to become the next oracle of her tribe. And so they didn't take kindly to her fleeing from those responsibilities. From your understanding, they've yet to try to harm her in any way, but they've on several occasions come close to capturing her, if you will, to take her home to serve her purpose.
Okay.
Are you okay? Seems like that sounds very interesting.
If there's Parborans, they're either trying to get me or, the only ones that would come to the station would be my family.
Maybe we can talk to them. Have a bit more of an understanding. Maybe even see if they'd be more than happy to leave you with us here. Or if we were to start something on Unity Station.
If my grandma's here, we can't hide from her. We'll have to speak to her. She'll know where we're going.
Okay. Well, no matter what happens, I'm here for you. No matter anything. So, let's just go face your grandma. You, and then I'll just back you up.
Okay.
I get up and I hoist her up too. I just stand and...
As the two of you stand up from where you were sitting against the wall, the clicking against the floor has gotten closer and closer, and around the bend comes this feeble Parboran woman, hunched over, smaller even by Parboran standards, as she comes over.
Grandma?
She pauses when she sees Zara and says, "My dear, why are you so distressed?"
I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
She hobbles over slowly and opens 3 of her arms for a hug.
Can I go up to her and hug her?
Sure.
Just hug her.
You give her a hug and she gives you a reassuring pat on the back and says, "I'm surprised you didn't foresee me coming."
I'm sorry, I guess I forgot your teachings. I don't know, everything's been so crazy lately.
Oh,
I didn't...
there. No need for any of that. Calm down. Why don't we go have a drink, your friends and the 2 of us, and we'll have a little chat.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I go, Jack...
One of the guards behind her says, "You should be resting," and she turns over and she swacks him with the cane and says, "I'll do what I please."
Damn, Granny Go-Go, okay.
Cut from the same cloth.
I love it.
Okay.
And so she turns to one of the scientists and says, "Is there a lounge?" And the woman nods and starts to guide her down. And she turns to you and says, "Take all the time you need." And she hobbles down.
And I make sure my grandma is comfortable and seated, and I sit next to her. Grandma, why are you here?
Well, honestly, I don't know how much time I have left, but I did foresee that we would have one more meeting.
One more?
She nods.
Grandma...
Even oracles are not immune from the ravages of time, my dear.
I know. Grandma, I'm sorry. I was so angry at you when you sent me away. But I know you did it because you love me. And I know you could see that I would end up here one day. With friends and with adventure. And you knew that that's what I always wanted.
She nods slowly and says, "You're giving me too much credit. It wasn't for me to decide."
Grandma, I'm so happy to see you. Can you stay?
Not
Just
for
a
long.
little.
Not for long, but we'll talk for a time, and then I have to get back to Bashanti to dispatch the last of my duties as an oracle.
Is there another oracle?
Not for our tribe, but there will be eventually. And there are other oracles on Bashanti.
Grandma, it means so much to me that you came to see me. I felt so lost without you. I want to introduce you to my friends. And I go, Jackhammer, get in here.
I do. Jackhammer, received.
For those of you just joining us, Jackhammer is
Oh yeah, we should say
the
that.
code word that Averill and Heather have for when Zara uses her psionic powers to telepathically communicate with Celica.
Grandma, these are my best friends, Celica and Scarlet.
We met briefly, just now.
I immediately like wipe the sweat off my palms and on my flight suit and extend both my hands because I'm not sure about the custom when meeting a really cool Parboran, and just put both my hands out or I diagonal them. Extremely pleasure to meet you. Zara has been such a great person to have as a very dear friend. It's also, Zara is just absolutely amazing, and she's helped me out so much for my shop, and Zara has just been great, and I'm more than honored to meet you.
Yes, the Oracle witnesses this display of strange hand gestures and babbling, and just has this bemused smile on the whole time, and then says, "Charming."
It's nice that you think that, maybe?
No. Well, I want to share something with you I haven't told anybody. See, when I left Vishanti, I didn't leave because I wanted to. I left because my grandma said that there was so much more for me, that when I would leave one day, I would never regret it. And I guess after meeting you two, I realized she was right. I don't regret it. Grandma! And I give Grandma another hug.
She pats your arm as you hug her, and then
Grandma! Wait! Scarlet! What if she sees the future? Grandma, my friend Scarlet, she's going through something really strange. Do you... I hate using you like this, but would you be able to tell Scarlet what her future is?
She looks long and hard at Scarlet, and then says, "You know by now that androids are not connected to the great resonance of the universe the way living things are. I only see the points which intersect with yours. But I understand a little more about the humans' creations after having gotten to know your friend, Tinka. Speaking of, I am sorry for your loss."
Thank you.
She turns back to Scarlet. "But I will say that I have come to be fascinated with androids, as you are called, because there is more to you than meets the eye. I originally thought, as many of my contemporaries do, that you're dead things, no offense, because we could not feel the presence of your minds, because you are not connected to the resonance. But I have come to rethink this position. Allow me to be philosophical for a moment. First, inorganic matter is not completely disconnected." She raises her hand, and there's a small, maybe piece of art, some sort of small object like a sculpture or something on the table. As she raises her hand, it levitates off the table and floats over to her hand, and she grabs it. "If this item were completely disconnected from the resonance, I wouldn't be able to interact with it at all, but I can, not because of its own resonance, but in the way that it's touched by the resonance around it." She puts it down on a little side table next to her. "So, you can't be completely disconnected. Further, while I cannot read your mind, it is naive of me to think that it is because it is empty. I wonder if perhaps it's one of two things. Either, maybe the reason we're able to read minds is because of the turbulent emotions experienced by living things which cause ripples that we can detect. Maybe the mind of an android is a calm pool, because your programming is more definitive. Or maybe that's wrong altogether as well. Maybe your minds move so quickly that no single thought is ever around long enough to be detected. Like a hummingbird's wings, maybe your thoughts move so quickly, we can't be sure they're moving at all.
Wow.
I have a theory. I think a lot of the subtlety, the nuances that you might feel when conversing with organic being has to do with their decisions that are made based on what is going on in their subconscious. Now, I don't have a subconscious that I'm unaware of. Everything is happening in real time. There's nothing hidden, or at least so I thought. Which makes me, I hate to say it, but makes me very curious how this communication might change should I unlock the memories of who I once was. Because that seems to be my subconscious, something that I thought I never had. Which I guess makes me more human than I thought.
We're all programmed, my dear. You by lines of code and us by past experiences, but our decisions are predetermined by our experiences nonetheless.
How long are you staying here, ma'am?
Just for the night.
Zara, I wonder if my future would change if I regain those memories.
Shh, but it's not written yet.
Well,
So-
how do you see the future? How do you predict what's going to happen?
We get flashes of inspiration because of our connection to the divine resonance. As I mentioned, all things organic and inorganic have their own programming, and though you have free will, your decisions are fundamentally influenced by your experiences. So the more we understand of those experiences, the more clarity we have in determining the most likely outcome. In some instances, some things are inevitable. We see those things with complete and total clarity. As I saw, you would be here, because all roads led to here for you.
And do you see Gemma in me?
She smirks, and she says, Gemma is what was. You are Scarlet. Regardless of whether or not you remember Gemma, Scarlet is who you are. That is your identity. Just as Zara today is different than the young girl I said farewell to on Bashanti. And her journey is not yet over.
I think I need to know.
I support you.
I'm afraid that I'll change. I like who I am.
It is interesting to me that you fear change, yet you lament your absence of humanity. Change is the essence of being alive.
I guess I hadn't thought of it that way. To be capable of organic change is desirable.
Let me tell you something. I witnessed the strangest thing on Bashanti when Tinka was around. I had been told that Tinka was programmed to be a security asset in addition to a companion. But there were private moments when Tinka believed no one was watching that I witnessed them interacting with some of the flora and fauna of our vibrant world. When I asked Tinka about it, they told me it was beautiful. There was no functional purpose for this underlying program. I reviewed the data that was provided to us by the Yamato who gifted us with Tinka, and it wasn't programmed there at all. It seemed spontaneous. I don't know if you're alive or not by traditional understanding of those words, but I know that there is not a definitive distinction between the two for you.
Well, I should probably talk to Dr. Myra. If you only have a day here, I'd like to get the process started as soon as possible.
The old woman nods and says, I'd like some time with my granddaughter anyway. I'll let you get to it.
Okay. Scarlet will stiffly nod at Zara and Celica and leave to go find Dr. Calliope.
Okay. So you go out to find the doctor to request the procedure to have the memory blockers removed. What is Celica up to?
Celica... There's a lot to think about. She's just gonna tinker and fix her drones that were destroyed. So she's gonna go grab the drones, sit outside the lab, waiting for everyone, and just sit there in the hallway, just start fixing things just to get her mind working.
Sure. All right, so the two of them leave, and the Oracle also orders her security detail to leave. Though they protest, she's very insistent, and ultimately they acquiesce and leave the two of you there alone. So, I'm sure you have questions, my dear.
Pardon me. That's the grandma and me are outside? Is that where we're at?
In the lounge alone now. Oh, you're muted again.
Sorry, live. All right, here we go.
Proof that it's live, right?
Rewind back. Do I have questions, is what you had said?
Yes. She said, I'm sure you have questions for me.
Of course I have questions for you, but... Grandma... Wow. I thought I was a badass, but I guess I'm not. Grandma... Is there anything that you want to tell me before... I can't believe I'm saying this, but... Before you pass? Anything I could do for you?
There's nothing for you to do for me, my dear. But I would like to remind you of what I taught you. We are all connected. You will need that knowledge because very soon you will feel very isolated.
Okay. Was alone for so long and then finally found friends. But I guess if we're all connected, we're not really alone, like you said.
Your grandmother nods.
Maybe I can stay connected with you for a little longer?
She smiles and rubs your back and says, I'll always be with you in some capacity or another, my dear. Even after I've left this frail husk of a physical form behind.
I love you, Grandma.
And I love you, dear one.
And I hug my grandma one more time. Those are our last embrace!
So as the two of them hold each other in the lounge, cutting to Scarlet as she finds Dr. Calliope.
I'd like to know.
She nods. I do have to let you know it's not simple to go back from here. Once I remove the inhibitors, they were put in during your initial programming. To try to insert them in again, they won't fully take.
Well, then I guess I have to just deal with whatever comes. Are there any health risks to doing this?
She shakes her head no. As I said to you, the nature of how the inhibitors were installed, your memories have always been intact and therefore acting as a sort of subconscious, but you haven't been able to recall any of them. This will simply let you access that database.
Is there anything else I should know before doing this? This is going to potentially change the rest of my life. The span of which we don't know how long will last, so...
The doctor pauses for a moment. You see she seems to be struggling with how to impart this to you. But she says, Gemma's husband, Matthias, is dead. That means nothing to you now, but once those memories are restored, that could be difficult for you. I know she had a complicated relationship with her husband towards the end of their marriage, but my understanding was the two of them did love each other.
Will the loss feel different or worse than the loss that I've already experienced?
No, I don't know. It depends on the relationships you've built since we released you. If you have had any strong feelings of kinship or romantic entanglements or that sort of thing that have resulted in loss, then that is a genuine feeling, as far as we understand them, as programmers at least.
Genuine as in as strong, as valid as one of that of our organic beings.
That's what we try for.
Okay, well, it was hard enough dealing with it one time, but I suppose I can do it again. How long will this take?
Not long, a few hours.
Okay, let's get to it.
All right, so Dr. Calliope has two assistants lead you to one of the labs for them to perform the procedure. We'll do a little time skip now to the procedure having been finished, and the three of you are able to meet up again. In that span of time, the Oracle has returned to her ship to rest, so that it's still in the dock, but she's retired to the ship. So the three of you will be reunited before anyone else. The two of you are allowed to go into the room as Scarlet comes to, essentially.
Scarlet?
Is she like on a table, like, or just standing there? Like, how does it look like?
She's currently in a standing, almost like a charging pod, essentially.
Cool.
When her eyes flutter open. And
Should I knock on it?
Consciousness. Hello.
I mean, she looks great.
Sorry.
Scarlet?
Scarlet, you awake in there?
Oh!
She's awake.
The eyes are open.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi!
Dan, do I feel anything different right now?
So it's interesting. You feel like there was this block that you almost, it's like a fog almost that was there. There's always this fog in your mind, and the fog has dissipated. It's not like you suddenly get hit with this rush of memories because, as the doctor said, the memories were always there, but the haziness has sort of gone. So as you start to try to recall things now, you can, but it's not like you're just going to suddenly get this rapid flashing of memories before your eyes.
Okay. I will try to recall my experiences as Gemma.
So as
maybe her last days.
Yeah, her last days. So she was sick for a while, you can tell. And you know that she was a little bit bitter because she knew that she didn't have forever, and Matthias, in her final days, sort of withdrew more into work because, based on Gemma's understanding of it, regardless of, he would make excuses about, well, I need to do this for work and there's all this stuff going on. But she just felt like he was running away from the pain and he didn't want to watch her slip away. And so she did have these genuine feelings of love for him, but also had this bitterness of him sort of abandoning her towards the end of her life. You know that Drea was present all the time in her final days because Drea did see Gemma as a mother, and so that was very difficult for her to watch, but she was present for it. Though Drea did not seem to hold against Matthias his absence so much.
And the timeline now, what are we looking at here in terms of Gemma's death or transition, and then Drea getting murdered by, supposedly Matthias was blamed.
Matthias was blamed. So it turns out that, just see here. So Gemma went through her struggle. Let me just take a look at my notes here quick. Gemma went through her struggle approximately 10 years ago.
Okay. And
Drea disappeared 5 years ago. So Gemma already had slipped into a coma before Drea's disappearance. But Scarlet knew about Drea's disappearance from the news and everything else, and through, Spike essentially telling you this is what happened. So you now have the complicated, as you start thinking about this and thinking about her relationship with Drea, you now start to feel these bubbling emotions of now Gemma is experiencing the loss maybe of Drea, if she's, she disappeared and then was found dead, and, she's feeling this struggle now.
Didn't we establish in one of our last episodes that this is suspicious, though? We think that she might be alive? Correct. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. And what was our lead on that?
I believe Spike. I believe Spike was the one who said that he suspected that's what it was, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Oh no, yeah. Spike specifically said that you needed to get tech from an artificial intelligence known as the Twilight Princess. And I think after arriving at Osiris, you all sort of pieced together that this Twilight Princess may actually be Drea.
Well, Twilight Princess, I don't have that down. I have Twilight Garden.
Yes, so that the Spike had said that you needed to fetch a piece of advanced...
Rare piece of tech.
Rare piece of tech, and then...
And also a program.
A program, and the program was guarded by an artificial intelligence known as the Twilight Princess in the Twilight Garden.
Oh, guarded by Twilight Princess. Okay.
Right, and then after you guys came to Osiris Station, you became suspicious that maybe this Twilight Princess was more than meets the eye.
Okay, so what we did the last mission that we did was the rare piece of tech in a crate.
Correct.
Okay.
Which you found out was an android body that looked exactly like Drea, which is why you put those pieces together.
Okay.
That maybe her consciousness had been uploaded, planning to download her into a body.
Okay.
And the body just never made it where it was supposed to go.
Do I sound different? I don't feel that different, actually, surprisingly.
And I pinch her.
You pinch. I guess I do have like android
pain
skin,
receptors,
right?
Yeah. Yes, you feel pain.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that Gemma would feel pain differently than me. I don't know. Ask me a question that Scarlet would maybe answer differently than Gemma.
Oh. Okay, I got one. What about, how do you feel about your new team tattoo?
Remind me what it was again? It was like a cartoon of the three of us?
It was like a chibi of the three of us. Like, yay! But like all up behind your arm here.
Oh, yeah, I still hate it.
Oh, you mean you definitely still like it? Like Scarlet said.
No, but honestly, I don't. I feel like Gemma would not like that either. So
yeah.
I don't know that was the best question to ask.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I feel having decades longer of pain and joy is interesting.
I have a question. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Well, do you feel any differently about Drea?
We need to find her. Yes, she was here for me in my last days, and she's no longer a mission, it seems to me. This feels, I guess, like love?
Personal.
Yeah. Like how I felt about Oren as just Scarlet.
Interesting.
I feel more of an urgency, a sense of urgency to get to her.
Okay.
And Scarlet will continue to shake loose from whatever it is she was strapped into. And
yeah.
Scarlet, do you need a moment to process everything, or you?
No.
Okay.
No, I think I'm fully capable of processing this information as it comes.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I am.
Good.
I still feel like me.
Well, you've always been you, though, so...
Yeah. I just, having something hidden from me for so long, I assumed I would sound, act, feel differently, but, I guess I did have that subconscious all along.
Well, I guess so far so good then. And I do like a light sock.
I can,
on
yeah,
her
her
arm.
It doesn't hurt, but I can
do
feel
this.
that. Yeah. I'm just glad Oren...
I'm just testing your receptors, making sure they're all operational.
Mm-hmm. Same thing I did.
Rest his soul, I'm glad Oren is not here to see this. I don't know how he would react to all of this.
But it's always been you. It's just You forgot. It's a piece of you.
Imagine somebody you love, somebody very close to you. You all of a sudden find out that they had an entire hidden life before you met them. Kids, potentially, different education, different job, different partner, different mission, different goals. Don't you think that would change how you look at them?
I feel like I was lied to. I understand. But I still think, deep down, Gemma was always there. I know it's different, and I know it's not the same.
It's funny,
But Scarlet...
each time you say her name, something new pops in, and I have a lot of respect for this woman. She's been through a lot. And I really think that she did her best.
And so have you.
Yeah.
If anything, you're one of the one the same. You've never changed. You're still the same now.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just more enhanced, I believe.
Lucky for me. All right. Do we need to talk to Grandma again before we get going? Maybe see if there's anything different going on here?
She was resting. And I go, GM, do I know if she's okay enough, or should we leave her? She's not doing well.
Oh, so what did you ask?
Would it be appropriate to visit her again, or is she too unwell?
So when she left you, she seemed okay.
All right. And I go, yeah, actually, I would really like to see her again. So, she was resting on the ship. Let's go head over.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So you make your way to the ship, which is a Vestuli class ambassador ship. It's this really large, ornate sort of freighter situation. We actually have a photo to share.
Can you say the name again? What was it?
The Vestuli. The
Vestuli.
class.
Oh, yes. Let me pull that up. All right.
This ship is commonly given to like ambassadors of the Vanadium Union or very, very important people. It's very sleek, it's attractive, it's a fast ship, it's got moderate armaments. It's not meant to be a warship, it's just meant to protect the people on board. And so this ship is currently docked up against the station. And so you make your way onto the ship, and as you approach, you're greeted by the Parboran honor guard that was with her.
Cool.
But there's something off. They're greeting you and they're being formal, but there's like this tension there.
Can I read Parboran's mind as well?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I see if I can read the mind of the guard to see if he's trying to bring me back home?
Yeah!
Yep.
100%.
Just in case. I love a grandma, but...
Oh, is this going to be a you can tell whether they're lying moment?
I think so.
Psionics!
Yeah, so
Let's see.
Well, so you can do a couple things. You can either do psychic empathy, which that if you're just going to ask questions to them and have them answer, you can use psychic empathy to determine if they're telling the truth or lying. Or you can choose to use telepathy to actually just read their surface thoughts. So you can do it one of two ways.
I'm going to do telepathy. I'm going to walk past them and see if I could do telepathy to see if they're welcoming me or it looks like they're trying to capture me. So psionics would be 5, and I'm doing telepathy, which is psionics. Yes. Yeah. So roll 5, keep 4.
Ooh, first roll of the third session.
It is. Ooh, it's not that good.
What you got?
All right, 8. 14. Counted it twice. Still 14. Doesn't change.
That's actually high enough for this particular guard. He's not.
Yeah.
The dumbass.
not terribly strong of will here. And so you as you walk past and you feel this tension, you reach out a little bit with your mind to sort of feel around, and you feel this guard's mind, and you can tell his mind is like racing a mile a minute. He feels really uncomfortable, and you can hear the guard think to himself, are we supposed to tell her, or are we supposed to let her figure it out on her own? I mean, how's she going to react when she finds out that her grandmother passed away? This is really awkward.
Oh my god!
And I immediately fall to the floor. Oh my god.
I pick up Zara. Zara, what's wrong? Jackhammer if you need me.
Zara?
Like, grandmother. She's dead.
Oh my god.
Let's go, now.
Is she on the ship?
I think so. And I stand up and I just bolt down the hallway.
Run. Bolt as well.
None of the guards get in your way. You make your way to her private chambers, where she's been respectfully laid out, covered with a cloth, and they've lit candles around the room, and
Aww.
she lies in repose.
And I just stand there completely solid, and I don't move. And I just look at her. She's gone. She's really gone.
She traveled across the galaxy to see you before she left. She must have known this was going to happen.
This was her gift after all, seeing you one last time. And seeing you're in good hands, I hope.
I think you're right. She came to see me before she died. One last time.
I'm sure it wasn't easy.
Across the universe, basically. Can I go up to my grandma and hold her hand for a moment?
Absolutely. There are a couple guards in the room, but they're giving you your space. You do recognize there's an older Parboran man named Raka, who was like basically your grandmother's personal guard. He was basically ever present as you were growing up, and you know that they had sort of a kinship. And so he's in the room also, and he's just giving you space.
And I turn to him and I say, thank you for letting her come to see me. I don't know what to do. And I reach out to see if I can feel my grandma. May I try to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So just give me a psionics skill group, psionics trait roll. No specialty added.
$18.
So this is the first time you've ever tried to do something like that with someone who's passed away, to reach out and try to sort of find their consciousness still. And it's a very strange feeling. It's almost like if you threw a stone in a pond and the ripples came out, like you can feel familiar traces of her, but she's not there anymore. There's like just this fading echo of what her mind used to feel like around where she lies in repose, but she's not really there anymore. You know, she's not there anymore.
Okay. And I turn to everyone and I say, this is the way that it was supposed to be. She left everything as it should be.
You will honor her memory.
Thank you.
We're lucky to have met her before she moved forward.
She was cool.
She's very cool.
She was. She spoke her mind.
She did. Before she passed, when we were talking together, she said, "Don't look back. Live a life of adventure." And she said that you guys are part of that adventure. So let's continue on.
Raka turns to you and says, I can't promise that the tribe will never send envoys to try to convince you to return home, but that won't be happening today.
Thank you, Rocco. And you know I'm not coming home.
I know. We may have to start learning to think for ourselves as a tribe a little bit.
Hey, it might be good for you guys. Listen, I did pretty good on my own.
I don't know if you've met the other guards, but many of them are exceedingly stupid.
Yeah, I met one. And I grab all 4 of his hands. And I go, "Thank you for watching her. And for always taking care of her. And I know that everyone's gonna be okay."
He nods.
Okay, let's head to the Twilight Garden.
And I look at my grandma. And I go, "Okay. I'm ready."
I stay a little bit and look over at Grandma. And I jackhammer to her. I do a little jackhammer. Zara is very special, like I've mentioned, and I'm very grateful that we were able to meet you. She's mentioned that she loved her grandma, also with her Tinka. So I know it's not much or anything like that, but I just want to let you know, wherever you are, somewhere in the galaxy, that I'll do my best to protect her and help her any way I can. She's the only person I have left in my family.
And I go, "Jackhammer, I love you too."
Jackhammer, you were not supposed to hear that. That was for Grandma.
Jackhammer, you're really loud.
Jackhammer, you're right. I take out my multi-tool, which is my token of destiny, and I remove this little magnifying glass that's in it. I disassemble it real quick and just put it on her body. You're the Oracle everywhere else. So here's my little token for you, as the Oracle, a part of my family as well. And I put my multi-tool back to my pocket. And I leave.
Zara, you're not sure if it's just your mind playing tricks on you or not, maybe wishful thinking, but when Celica was having this sort of mental reverie, this goodbye to your grandmother, you did sense the faintest hint of her energy in the room. The best way I could describe it, again, that sort of hollowness of not really feeling her but sort of feeling her, is imagine if someone walks out of a room and you can still smell the faintest trace of their perfume, even though they're not present anymore. A piece of them sort of lingers behind. That you get that sort of sensation.
And I'm going to take out of my pocket my token of destiny. Which is a golden tropical leaf from our tribe that has been blessed.
Cute.
Aww.
And I go, Grandma, are you there? And with all my might, I pray and hope that I can hear her voice again. Grandma, if you're there, please send a sign. I know that I will always be connected to you, so please show me that you're still here.
Again, there's no response, just this faint feeling of her sort of lingering energy still in the room.
I know she's gone, but I can feel that she's still with me in a way. Not physically, but I feel her.
Well, Matthias lives on in me, and that much has been scientifically proven now with this, so she will live on in your memory.
As long as I remember.
You will. I don't mean to cut this short, but we really do have to go.
I don't want to be sad anymore. I think we should go.
That, I'm afraid, you cannot get rid of unless you have memory modifications.
We can definitely work on that. That is something I can look into and research.
On the ship. Let's go.
But if you like, we can have another group tattoo, but this time in...
Okay, no. On the ship. Let's go.
Grandma.
Let's go.
Yeah. It has to be cohesive, Scarlet. We have to all have it.
We're moving.
Sorry.
So you guys return to your starship, the Corsair, which we do have an image of that as well for those who have not seen it previously.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull that up here. There she is.
So the Corsair is a heavily modified Arcadis-class light freighter that has been armed to the teeth and has advanced sensory arrays and upgraded engines and all sorts of fun doodads and gadgets and fiddly. So you guys make your way back onto your ship and without further ado depart. And again, they don't give you any issue to leave, you're free to go. Are you going to be reaching out to Spike to let him know about what has transpired so far?
I feel like we should, right?
Well, he's like, his whole thing is we're just doing these 2 missions for him, right? We haven't told him about the body.
Are you actively thinking about Spike right now?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
As you start to think about Spike, more memories surface. It turns out Spike is not just a fixer.
Ooh.
Spike was actually Matthias's head security person. It turns out Spike was born into a Centennium work camp, and Matthias actually won Spike's freedom as part of a negotiation with the local governor for Aladdin upgrading their cyberspace infrastructure. And from that moment on, Spike was always defending Matthias, and they became good friends.
Oh. So that would mean I would be good friends with Spike. Oh.
Correct. And there's no way Spike didn't recognize you, which means the fact that he didn't bring it up means he was aware of your...
Oh, shit!
Okay, yeah, I'll call him.
What's up, buddy? What's up?
Corsair, call Spike.
Right away, Captain. And it basically rings for a moment. There's some tones indicating that it's making the connection, and then you see a holographic display of Spike comes up. Were you successful in retrieving the tech?
Yeah, Spike. This is Gemma.
There's a long, awkward pause where Spike doesn't react at all.
Do you have something to say to me?
No.
All right, I don't need to read minds to know that was not true. Look, I have Gemma's memories back. I would like you to refer to me as Scarlet. That was just to get some information out of you. It's nice to see you.
You too. I don't know if you know, but Matthias...
He's dead.
He scratches his reptilian snout and says, yeah, Martin sent a kill squad after him. I wasn't able to protect him.
I didn't know that, right, Dan?
You did not know that.
He sent a kill squad.
Spike nods.
For what reason?
So, a lot's happened since you went away.
Since I went away? You mean since I died?
I mean, it feels weird saying that since we're having a conversation, but
yeah, consciousness is a funny thing, isn't it?
Speaking of that, yeah, so Matthias and the board members tried to put Drea in charge of Aladdin, and Martin didn't like that very much, as you can imagine. So Martin had Drea killed, but not before doing something similar to what he did to you. But it turns out he wasn't looking to give her a body or a second chance. The Twilight Princess I mentioned is Drea's consciousness, which he keeps locked away in this construct, a pocket cluster called the Twilight Garden. Matthias found out he had a body commissioned for Drea. That's why I want to know if you got it.
Yes,
Get her out.
We have secured the body.
Good. And it's in good shape?
Your intention is to restore her consciousness into this body.
Yeah, that's what Matthias wanted. I took over after he died. It was his last wish. It's the least I can do.
Same, it's the least I can do. And, Dan, when we discovered this, body...
It wasn't in good shape,
right?
No.
It was, like, jacked
The
up.
Rogosians had chopped it to bits, basically. You saved what was left of it, and when you got to Osiris, they basically said, there's really not much we can do about all this.
We still have it, right?
You still have the remnants, yeah.
Spike, look, the body was found in pieces. I can have my... what do we call you, Celica? Techie?
I mean, I have a name, but I am some sort of hacker and engineer. I am your chief engineer of the Corsair.
Yeah, I'm gonna patch you in.
Exactly.
I'm patching you in on the comm. This is Celica Riggs. She can work on patching together the body, but it's gonna take a while. How long would you estimate?
I don't have that kind of time.
Okay, well, we can still secure the consciousness because I feel that if that ends up in the wrong hands, she's dead forever.
I do have an idea. What if we try to upload Drea's consciousness somewhere else? Maybe a different body.
Okay.
I'm just spitballing here. It doesn't have. Just brainstorming.
My understanding is human consciousness is much more complicated than normal android programming. Not just any body will do. You would need a really large mainframe to contain it. The coding is huge.
How large?
Oh.
I don't know, like maybe a Starship computer or something.
You mean the advanced AI that we currently have here on the Corsair?
What?
Oh?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but sure.
Yes,
The ship! The Corsair is our ship!
what if we do that? We take the subconsciousness and input it in the Corsair, and that way we have Drea be part of our crew.
I guess.
Does that sound too crazy? I know I do that sometimes, but, let me know. It sounds like something that we can do that's plausible.
Speaking as a human, cyborg, robot, android, and hybrid that I am, I think having my consciousness in a piece of machinery is much preferable to it being in a microchip. Unable to communicate.
I mean...
I think it's a good idea, Riggs.
Yeah, it seems like that is the most plausible thing that we can do right now. Considering that Corsair is the most intelligent AI that I don't know about you, but I'd ever encountered.
I mean, it is cool. It's even cooler than my grandma's ship.
Oh.
If you combine her
It's a good idea.
If you combine her with an AI, won't that sort of, I don't know, eliminate who she was?
Well, can we override the AI?
I don't know. That's above my pay grade.
All right.
Do I know, with my knowledge, if I can do that?
You've never seen anything like this AI. You have no idea how it works.
Do I know if my theory is sound?
So you know that the ship's computer, the mainframe, the main core is large enough, likely, just based on your understanding of Scarlet, to contain her consciousness, but not necessarily to express it properly. You have no idea how the AI works that currently inhabits the ship's core. You also don't know how it might interact with her or anything like that. You know that your mainframe is large enough to support the programming, if you will, of her consciousness.
Okay, so if I know that the programming is she can be stored there, can I create some sort of coding that can protect her so that the interaction with Corsair and other parts, it's like creating some sort of shell. Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm partitioning like my solid state, I can just like do this half is going to be Windows and this half is going to be Mac. That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
You can partition the ship's computer in such a way that the AI can't touch her consciousness, but again, you don't know any way of having the ship manifest her consciousness. That's a very uncommon thing. The AI can do that is surprising to all of you. Like, your understanding of ships' AI is typically very limited. It's sort of almost like a butler of sorts. Like, you can get it to turn lights on and off and open doors normally. Normally, it can't like seize control of ship systems the way that this AI can. That's something that's very unique.
So I go to Celica. Celica, but if we upload her, will we be able to speak to Drea? Will we get any answers?
Well, currently if I upload her, I can just keep her in one section. To be honest with you, because this is something very new to me and something I also find quite exciting, I don't know if Corsair and Drea would have some interesting interaction. I'm not sure about that. But what I am sure is I can provide her own treehouse within Corsair.
Okay. Well, let's secure the intelligence before we get too ahead of ourselves. We need to know that it's still there.
Dan, do I know if I need to prep some sort of partition while we're on our way?
Yeah, you can do that. It'll be a computer. I'll say it'll be computer's programming to do what you want it to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that. Should I do that now, Z's?
Yeah, you can make that roll now.
Oh baby. Guess who pumped up their computers? Yeah. Roll 6. Keep 5. Do not want this 1. Oh yeah. Okay. So 12.
I love this song that's playing, by the way. It's so hype.
Yes, this song is Yamato Sprawl from the Omega Horizon original soundtrack, which will actually be included in all pledge levels for the upcoming Kickstarter.
Awesome! All the music is so good.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So good.
So my programming is 28. Ooh.
Perfect. You better
baby.
Create a strong partition that you will be able to upload her consciousness to that is primed to accept the sort of coding that is likely entailed, again, based on your understanding of Scarlet. Again, what you're doing doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be able to interact with you directly through the ship in a meaningful way the way the AI does.
Yep.
But it means it will protect her and keep her separate from the AI.
Yeah. That was my goal. Just keep her safe.
Yeah. Spike, who is still on the line with all of you, says, "So, you're ready to move forward?
Let's do this.
All right. I'll meet you on Bandor."
All the way back to Bandor.
Back to Bandor.
You know they're looking for us there, right?
I know, but that's where she is. It's the only way to access the pocket cluster. You know cyberspace is a local phenomenon.
Yes. Ugh.
We can meet at Werner Manor. It's been abandoned since Matthias. Yeah.
Okay.
On to Orna Manor.
All right. Searching coordinates for the Werner Manor.
Yeah,
Plotting
you find it. It's away
destination.
from Crown City, on the cliffs along the ocean. Actually, they have this sprawling sort of estate. Gemma obviously knows it because it was her home.
Oh yeah, I would know my way through the manor, huh?
100%.
Wow, cool. Hey, Celica, do we need to do this transfer from my piloting skills to cyber skills or something?
Yes, I can upload that now. So can I reprogram?
You can do that as well.
Yep.
So go ahead and make your programming roll.
All right, this is gonna feel a little weird.
So
and
I'm
I
looking
plug it in her.
on my character sheet. This would be under knowledge or computers.
So to access cyberspace is going to be computers.
So I want to transfer all my piloting into computers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way working in cyberspace works is if you try to do something with your avatar, it's a fully digital world, essentially, that your consciousness is uploaded into. And let's say you want to climb something, right? You have options. You can either make your standard athletics and keep strength roll, or you can substitute for a computer's keep cyber roll based on what's higher. Right, and the reason for that is because your mind, if you already have skill and knowledge in athletics, your mind knows what it needs to do to climb, and then it makes it manifest in cyberspace.
Very cool.
However, even if you're feeble in real life and don't know how to climb, then you're applying your computers and your cybernetics. So what you're doing is you're tricking the computer into thinking you know how to climb, and you're essentially taking advantage of the code, which is why you're able to sort of force computers into whatever skill roll you're making. That's true of combat or anything else. If you're in cyberspace, anything can be substituted for computers' cybernetics.
Okay.
That's why everybody loves cyberspace, because you're like,
Yes.
Ready player one.
totally good at everything.
Yes, people who
Sword
live
Art
very
Online.
mediocre. Yes, people who live very mediocre lives outside of cyberspace love to live in cyberspace because
Second life.
heroes and you know, very important, popular people.
You want to make a programming roll?
You make a programming roll to move Scarlet skill groups around. Again, for those of you just joining us who don't know much about the game, one of the cool things about androids is because their knowledge of skills is all pre-programmed, you can actually go in and tinker with it without changing their personality or anything. You can change the programs that are loaded into them for what they're able to do, suddenly giving them knowledge of how to, let's say, fly a starship, or in this case, how to better navigate cyberspace and knowledge of computer systems.
25.
Androids are dope.
All right, that is more than
25
enough.
in
You
programming.
easily move over the amount of ranks in the. You said you're moving your piloting.
Yeah.
All right. So how many skill group ranks do you have in piloting?
2.
2. So you currently now have 2 in computers that you did not have before.
Okay.
All right. Upload looks successful.
And none of my specialty ranks or modifiers transfer over?
Correct.
Okay.
Your specialty ranks and modifiers are based on like a deeper level of programming, so they don't shift over.
Cool.
All right.
I
So
jack
you
out
guys
of-
are now. Yeah, you guys are now on your way to Bandor. I think this is a good spot to do a really quick bio break, and when we get back, we will be arriving back on the world you left behind in Act 1.
Okay, cool.
Woo!
So we'll take a 10-minute break and be back soon.
See you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Welcome back. So where last we left off before our break, the crew aboard the Corsair was on their way back to Bandor, the planet they had left behind in Act 1 after Celica Riggs' shop had been destroyed by arson. They are on their way back to Werner Manor, the former home of Gemma Werner, which we now know is the past identity of Scarlet, the Ghost Walker, in order to meet with Spike, the Rigelian, who has been their informant and sort of fixer who set them up on this mission in the first place, who we recently learned was actually a personal family friend of the Werners after Matthias saved him from a Centennium work camp. So we pick up with you guys landing. The Werner Manor actually has its own landing pad because they were very wealthy. And so
I'm a rich bitch.
Rich bitch. The Corsair, the artificial intelligence that the crew picked up in Act 1 manually overrides the ship systems to land gently on the landing pad and opens up the gangplank for you all to exit. You find before you, as you exit the ship, this sprawling, very grandiose but not excessive manor. It seems like it was built in good taste, and you walk up the main stairs to this manor, and the door is unlocked, and inside you find the familiar reptilian form of Spike waiting for you.
Sorry, Dan, I wanted to know, was me fixing my drones a thing?
Yes, you managed to fix your drones. They're all aboard the ship, primed and ready for use.
Excellent, my BBs. Okay, cool. Thank you.
So as you enter, Spike shifts uncomfortably and says, Gemma.
Spike, nice to see you in person again.
Yeah, same. He scratches his spines along the back of his head. So,
guess there's no
ready?
escaping me. Yeah, we're ready.
All right, well,
Nice to see you too, Spike. Again.
Hi.
God, this place has fallen into ruin since the last time I was here. It's so sad. It's gorgeous. Wish you could have seen it how it was in its full glory.
Yeah, well, we had to let the housekeeping go because we didn't want Martin to get suspicious.
It's a shame. Maybe when all this is done and I've earned enough credits, I can bring it back to life. Although not quite conducive to the adventure lifestyle, having a manor to upkeep, huh? I guess things do change.
And I go, Jackhammer? Celica Riggs Shop 2.0?
Jackhammer. You know what we can do? On Unity Station, we can totally recreate this whole construct in that station. It could be a treehouse, but once you enter this magnificent manor.
Oh my gosh. And I go, get out of Jackhammer, and I go, oh, Scarlet, you're rich now. Don't forget that.
Yes, and also don't forget, we're your close
Best friends.
Best friends, absolutely.
Best of friends. We have tattoos.
Tattoos.
So not to make it awkward, but technically she's not rich because legally she's dead.
Oh.
Is it gonna be a problem if I show up again?
I don't know if it'll be a problem.
Is Martin gonna try to kill me?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah, so it's a problem. Alright, well, we're gonna lay low for a while, till we get this taken care of.
Then I go, Jackhammer, maybe we should lower the scope of this grandiose idea. But it's okay, it'll still be great. Jackhammer out.
Uh-huh.
So, you said you plan on uploading her consciousness to the mainframe of the Corsair, right?
Yes, I
plan is
have a treehouse partitioned for her.
then we should probably use that as your jack-in point.
Copy that.
Now, I can't come with you. I don't have a data jack.
But you can protect our bodies, correct?
He nods.
While we're jacked in.
Of course. And again, no one expects anyone to be here, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Good, no squatters?
No.
Except for you?
You see his countenance change slightly to minor annoyance.
I see the rappers, Spike. It's been a couple days or weeks. You look filthy. But that's the norm, actually, so.
Always a pleasure, Gemma.
Aww.
Okay, I
And,
think I trust him.
He stalks outside to the Corsair. And so inside the Corsair, there is a section near the engineering bay where you can easily turn this into an area where you can all jack in. It's sort of like a medical wing-ish. The ship didn't have a proper medical wing because it didn't have a large enough crew, but there's a few beds and you can like turn it into a place you can jack in comfortably.
I think it's like the Matrix. We're all sitting on those like chairs.
Yes. Not as extreme, but sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you start to make yourselves comfortable. He tells you that there is a cyber club called Afterlife, and that is where the hidden door to the Twilight Garden is. He says that he can get you jacked in close to there, but he doesn't want to jack you out near there because he figures, he doesn't know for sure, but he figures once you enter the garden, some security protocol will likely be tripped that will notify Martin that someone has accessed the pocket cluster, and therefore he wants you to jack out somewhere safer. So there's actually, Celica, you would know this, there's actually people play games in cyberspace too as a sort of a VR situation. And so there's actually a game called Heroes Destiny. You've never played it, but it's like people play it. It's like well known that it exists. And so he tells you that that's sort of public enough that he thinks it's a good place for you to jack out of. And so he will do what he needs to do that you'll be able to get extracted from that point. And while he can't jack in, there's ways that Celica, before you go in, you'll be able to pre-program sort of communication software where he'll be able to communicate you sort of as an operator, to use the Matrix as an analogy, sort of an operator on the outside. To give you sort of prompts, help guide you through if you need any assistance.
Oh, yeah, this is my jam.
Yeah, I'm not even going to make you roll for this because your roll is so high. You just, to create that communication software is very easy. You do it in, a couple minutes, no problem.
Done. So Spike is going to be like our Cortana.
Yes, exactly. As you're going through, you can be like, hey, is there a way out of this alley on the left or whatever, and he'll be able to communicate with you.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I really love cyberspace. So I'm kind of excited.
Me too. One of my favorite games is Heroes Destiny. You join as a squad of 3, and then out of the 3, you destroy little bad guys in space.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
gonna.
absolutely lovely.
I don't have a lot of experience in cyberspace, so yeah.
You'll be a natural. I got you. Don't
You're
worry.
smart. Mm-hmm.
You have to be smart. It's an intelligence based system.
Yes, very much so. Yes.
Okay. Well, I
But
do
don't
have that.
worry. We can tank for you if need be.
Tank.
Yes, it's cyber speak for we'll take the damage if need be to help you.
Okay.
We
And
got you. We'll just back you up.
I'll be the
Glass cannon, which is also another cyberspace gamer like lingo.
Okay. Means I am powerful and can shoot things, but I'm made out of a very fragile material.
Yes, which is where we come in.
As she looks down at her hardened metallic body.
I know it looks a little confusing just because right now our organic bodies, definitely not Zara. Zara is a lot stronger. With my weak physique. Yes. But in the cyber world, we're very much strong.
Can I change how I look? Or am I gonna look like this?
Do I know if she can change her avatar?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. You can totally change how you look if you want to look
before you load into cyberspace, you load into what's called the lobby, where changes to your avatar, activate certain programs you may have outfitted.
So Dan, this is where we spend 2 hours in character creation.
Yeah. It's just The Sims.
While Spike paces back and forth in the.
It's like my Fallout character. It's like,
yeah.
Don't like the angle of my nose.
So and to catch up those who are just joining who are not familiar with the game yet, all 3 of the current players we have here, their characters all have what's called the cerebral data jack, which allows them to interface directly with machinery and computer programs. And so there's 2 sorts of connections, shallow connections and deep connections. A shallow connection just aids them. Basically, while they're controlling the technology, they're also, it's responding to their thoughts in real time. And so it just makes it a little easier. It oils the process a little bit and just makes things go faster and a little sharper and whatever else. Then there's the deep connection, that's cyberspace. And cyberspace is a local construct, meaning that you can't be on one planet and access the cyberspace of another planet. The cyberspace construct is limited to the specific planet, which is why they had to return to Bandor in order to access the Twilight Garden, because it is located in the cyberspace construct on Bandor. But also because you have a cyberspace data jack doesn't mean you've ever, or cerebral data jack doesn't mean you've ever actually accessed cyberspace before, as is the case with Scarlet, which is why they've been catching up a little bit. She has the capability of entering cyberspace because of the data jack, but she's never actually used it. So anyway, yeah, you guys all get situated, you all plug in, you're getting rerouted through the Corsair's mainframe to then access the local cyberspace.
Question.
Yes.
In cyberspace, we do the character creation. When we enter and hit, the lobby, do we also have like a username that we input?
Sure, yeah, you have whatever your hacker alias is, essentially.
Oh yeah, it's probably like Riggs_069. And then I make sure that everyone else in my crew has like whatever name they want, but _069 after.
What is the meaning of the 69 number?
It looks like a very popular type of number that was created way back when something called the internet was first created. Like there was something called the AOL, and AOL has something called instant messaging, and apparently that was really popular back then.
Riggs, you're speaking a different language to me right now.
Wait, but that's so cool. Celica, I think it's awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it looks like Conclex_6069, and then Scarlet_069.
Oh, it looks
and
like
then
it's
mine.
taken. Bummer.
No, it's not taken.
No, it's not working.
Oh, don't worry. Scarlet_2-069. Looks like it's available.
Username definitely not Gemma.
Gemma is
Who
dead.
is Gemma? Yeah, Gemma is dead.
Gemma is dead _069. Yeah, mine is called Rigsplosion_069.
Can I get like a mohawk? I kind of have always wanted like a silvery white mohawk. It's hard to grow the artificial hair.
Don't worry. If you look at
can't.
this interface, if you click this arrow pointed to screen right, you can totally change the color, the length, the style to whatever you want.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you see just by thinking about changing your avatar in the lobby, you actually see an augmented reality overlay show up in front of you that you can just start interacting with.
It's so hands.
Oh, I can make my eyes bigger.
It's so hands. Yes, it's so
hands.
So as Scarlet starts to flip, you also see a prompt show up that says, would you like to activate hardware?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So there's 3 programs I can upload, correct?
Well, so this is where you you came in with some basic programs loaded into the lobby that you can activate, but in addition, this is where you can activate if you have built-in cyber armor or weapons in your data jack package, which it turns out Scarlet has both cyber armor and a cyber weapon.
I have a cyber weapon because, of course, I have a cyber weapon. I wouldn't go anywhere without a gun. Just saying.
I look like a Terminator. My avatar's a Terminator.
Where is my cyber weapon?
That is under.
I have my submachine gun.
Under augments, cybernetics, and genetics. Under your cybernetic enhancements, you have cyber armor and you have a cyber weapon.
Jack in with weapons, 3k2 melee, 2k2 range. Cool.
And just like how you can change how your avatar looks, you can change every time you jack in how your weapon or armor looks. It functions the same way regardless of what you make it look like, but one time you can make it look like, feudal samurai armor and a katana if you want, and the next time it could be futuristic, riot gear with a plasma blaster, whatever you want it to be, to fit however you're expressing yourself.
I have a minigun. Straight up minigun. Looking freaking colossal.
As much as I want a torpedo, I should probably, I don't know, make like a set of keys so that it doesn't look like I'm holding anything, and then just go.
Oh, that's good.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
You can change the cosmetics of it as well. So you just think of how you want it to look like, and then it'll just do it.
Can
So
mine
just
just
before I shoot, big gun,
Yeah.
like it.
can mine just
I
be a
love
part
it.
of my arm? My arm?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Great.
Like the Mega Man Buster arm, basically.
Yeah. The Samus.
Samus, yeah.
Cool. I like it.
Ooh. Yeah. I want mine to be like a minigun, but every time it shoots like ice cream.
What?
Cones.
It shoots ice cream?
Yeah, it's whatever I want it to be. Every time I shoot with my minigun, it will look like I'm shooting ice cream cones. Freeze.
All right. So you go through the lobby. You pick whatever representations you want your avatar to have. Set your usernames for access and activate all your equipment. So now Spike, as part of your incentive to get you going on this mission, had given you 3 pieces, right? One was actual tech gear. It was a cyber weapon made by Aladdin called the Ifrit program, which is just an enhanced cyber weapon. Again, you can make it look however you want it to look, but it does additional damage. Then he also gave you 2 scripts, they're called. Now, a script is essentially cyberspace equipment. It's basically a snippet of code that preloads for easy use that you can mess with cyberspace a little bit. So the people who design the local cyberspace, they have what are called deity keys. Deity keys let them act like gods in cyberspace. They can create, destroy, do whatever they want to do. Whereas most users have restricted access. They can interact with the world. The world is coded to interact back with them, but those interactions are limited because of their access. Scripts allow you to bend the access you have to do additional things. So the 2 pieces of script you were given, one is called the Skelly key or skeleton key, and one is called tie-dye. The Skelly key allows you to make reflexive checks without spending action points to try to unlock locked doors in cyberspace. You can also spend an action point to create a door where there isn't one, as long as it isn't into a secure area. So like if you're in an alley and you're trying to get into the building but you don't want to go around and expose yourself, you could use the Skelly key to just make the bricks part. You could walk right through them and it'll close behind you.
Wow.
Tie-dye stands for time dilation. The way tie-dye works is it automatically overclocks you so that you move faster in cyberspace. You can also use an action point to slow down enemies relative to you, which gives you a defense bonus to you, and or you can extend it to your allies to basically let you try to dodge bullets, essentially.
Cool.
So you guys can divvy out your gear as you so choose. I think, April, you mentioned you wanted to take the cyber weapon, because I know Scarlet already has one built in. And then, so why don't we have April and why don't we have Heather and Jess divvy out the tie-dye and the Skelly key?
Yes. So maybe it might be best for the tie-dye to be with Scarlet. -2_069. That way, if anyone gets close to you, you can stop it.
Okay. I really
All right.
hate that username.
But wait a minute. But if you have good computer rolls, wouldn't you be better to open a door?
Oh,
You
for the
tell me,
Skelly
Riggs.
program.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then,
If you would like that tie-dye program, feel free.
what do you think, Scarlet?
You know, I think you're right. If you're going to be the one heading, if you're the tank, right? If you're the tank, you're going to be the one who's going to want to slow down enemies, right?
I mean, I can get in and out. I'm really sneaky, and I'm pretty sure, considering how I've played before, that I'm still pretty stealthy. So yeah, sneak in and out. You open the door. I go in. I
slow
slow
down the
everybody
enemies.
down.
That sounds
Alright.
fun.
Conclex_069 tie-dye program uploaded to your HUD. As well with you, Scarlet-2_069 Skelly program data key uploaded to you. Looks like, yes, the Alabaster Throne program uploaded to me, Rigsplosion_069. And Spike, program uploaded. Can you hear us, Spike?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. Don't worry. We'll be
I
okay.
am exceedingly worried.
Just protect our bodies. Make sure our beautiful, beautiful selves do not get harmed.
Look, I survived one death. I can survive another.
Excellent.
Actually, I regret. I don't know if that's true.
That was
Don't
not,
As
worry.
I said it out loud, I don't
that
know if
was
I
not
believe that.
comforting at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just hurry up, guys.
Yes, but if you'd like to add that quote into your motto, you can
No.
totally do that in this game.
Riggs, enough
Okay,
of the
fine.
customization. I just wanted a mohawk. Let's go.
It's just so amazing.
All right, so you guys now exit the lobby. There's like a little countdown, and then it jacks you in. There's a distortion of reality as the program is sending information to your brains as to what you see and what you're experiencing. Again, you have all 5 senses in cyberspace, so you can smell. You arrive on a street corner where basically this is a digital representation of Crown City. And so there's like street vendors, you can smell the food from the street vendors, you can feel like humidity in the air. I mean, it feels real. You know it's not, and you have this augmented reality overlay that shows you what programs are and where the people are. You can also see that like some of the people walking the streets, usually the ones that are more eccentric looking, are other avatars, they're other users. But then there's also just like random humdrum sort of people walking up and down the street, and your overlay actually tells you those are what are called native programs. They're just built-in ambient sort of environmental programs. And so you're uploaded not far. You can actually see diagonally and down the street this blinking neon sign for Club Afterlife.
Welcome to cyberspace, 069 crew.
It's pretty cool.
You
So
hear
hot.
you hear Spike's voice over your communication software say, "Once you get into the pocket, I won't be able to communicate with you until you're out again."
Thank you so much for the heads up, Spike.
Absolutely. Why don't we get a move on? The longer you're in here, the more likely Martin can detect you.
You're right. Also, should we figure out some sort of escape word or emergency word, just in case someone comes close to our bodies? You can just tell us a specific word and we understand what's going on.
How about, slag?
That sounds too general. How about we say, one of my favorite tools, a spatula. I'm glad you love it, Spike. All right. Anything goes wrong, spatula is what we're going with.
Sure.
Great. I love your enthusiasm. Okay. Club Afterlife, everyone?
Let's party.
Alright, so you walk across the street. Again, you do see there appear to be ambient native programs that are wearing like Yamato police attire. And they're just general security programs. They're making sure people aren't hacking or trying to take advantage of the local construct code. but otherwise they're not really interfering with anyone, and they don't lock onto you at all. They don't seem to recognize you at all. So you make your way into the club, and as you walk into the club, there's this heavy beat thumping, and there's a dance floor full of people and a bar off to the side. And the ambiance, the theme of this club, if you will, is like dearly departed. So it almost looks like you sort of walked into a festival of like Dia de los Muertos. Like you walk in, everyone's wearing like skeleton makeup and like bright neon colors, and
oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it's a whole mood in the club. It's a whole mood.
Can we just do this for really? Like,
I know.
I'm down with this. Can I make my avatar get neon like stripes everywhere?
Yeah, can I change me into a neon pink skull? Like a Day of the Dead pink skull?
I want a neon green one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you enter themed areas of cyberspace, you're actually prompted if you want to sort of meld with the local themes that you don't stand on like a sore thumb. And so as you enter, you're given this augmented reality prompt of like, would you like to accept the afterlife theme?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes!
So it automatically changes you.
And then I go to advanced options. Customize. and then I just customize how I look.
So you spend a little time, you sort of haze over as you first enter, as you start to customize, leaving your two comrades to sort of wander about the place a little bit.
I think, oh, she's gonna take a half an hour with that thing.
It's not the right shade.
Don't leave the hacker with the customization mod.
I'm not a hacker. I am just a person enjoying this game.
So, Spike says over the communicator, I'm not sure precisely where the doorway is. You'll have to hunt around for it.
Is there a way I can like scan around and see if there's some sort of inconsistency within this space?
Sure, so you can either make a perception vision, or you know what, you can make a perception investigate roll.
Can I also investigate?
You can. Or you can substitute computers cyber, as always.
Yeah, computer cyber, 100%.
Also keep in mind, a little extra fun little fiddly bit in cyberspace is because you are jacked in, you get to add the normal additional roll and keep 1k1 from being jacked into improvement.
Ooh.
I love cyberspace. I love cyberspace.
Yeah. Okay, so I can use my computers for this. But my cybernetics is my key.
Yep.
Oh, yeah!
Well, and it's a choice. So if normally you would roll a perception check would be a vision, or investigate rather, would be perception, keep, wits, and then add investigate as a modifier. You substitute on a 1-for-1 basis. So like if your computers is higher, you can substitute that for your perception. But if your intellect is higher than your cyber, you can keep your intellect. Whatever's higher, you can keep.
So I have a 4 perception, 3 wits. I'm adding 1 to both of those. So I'm gonna roll 5, keep 4.
Correct.
Cool.
So I have a question. So I have a computers of 6.
Although I think your cyber is higher there, Jess. I think your cyber is 9.
My
So you can
cyber?
actually-
Cybernetics?
Yes, cybernetics, yeah. You can
So
use
I
your
can-
cybernetics trait.
Instead of my wits?
No, instead of wits, yeah.
That's
Which
9.
Yeah, it's more than you're rolling, so it just becomes everything extra is a flat modifier.
Okay.
Wait, so if I want to do computers, does that mean my computers is 6, and then I can keep 6 because of my cybernetics?
Yes.
Oh, let's go! All right.
I rolled a 31.
All right.
Because I get to keep 7.
So you roll 7, keep 7?
No. I rolled 5. I kept 5.
Right, and then it becomes.
I keep 6. So I rolled a 30. Because I have an additional 4. Because I had a 9 cybernetics, right? Oh, but I.
So you're hold on. You're rolling your perception, right? Because that's still higher than your computers.
Yeah.
So your perception is 4.
Yeah, but I
then
add
additional
1.
1, right? So that's you're rolling 5. You're keeping all 5.
Yes.
From your cybernetics.
And the leftover from the 9 is 4.
Right, plus the additional 1 you would keep.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
From the 1K1.
So my math was right. Great.
Right, and so you rolled and kept your 5, and then whatever the extra is modifier on the final
plus
roll.
2 modifier.
And then you have another plus 2. Sure. Yeah.
So what did I say? 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I got 22.
Nice. Okay.
So what's the difference between her investigation and my investigation? Because hers is computers and mine is I'm using my real eyes. Well, my metaphysical eyes.
So basically, what's happening is Celica is not using her eyes to scan for things that are out of place. She is using her understanding of programs to sort of reach out with her mind and press up against the parts of the code. It's sort of like seeing the Matrix, to use that analogy. She like senses the code behind the just visual environmental trappings. And so she's like, no, this is sturdy, there's nothing here. This is, you know what, there's something weird going on over there. And so she's just following that basic sense of cyberspace. Meanwhile, you are actually looking for things that are out of place, but doing it with your cybernetic enhancements. Because now you're not constrained to just what your ocular implants as an android can see. You're using, because it's feeding you information, you're receiving that information faster, you're interacting with it, bouncing ideas off of it faster. And so that's guiding your investigation. So basically what happens is Celica, you wander around a little bit through the throng of avatars bouncing on the dance floor, and you sense that there's sort of this distortion effect happening in the area of the restrooms. And specifically the one restroom in particular. You enter that restroom and you start looking around and trying to find it. That's where you sort of come up a little short and you can't quite figure out where this doorway is. You're checking the stalls and stuff, you're like, no, it's not here. Scarlet walks in and she looks around, and almost immediately as she scans past the floor to ceiling mirror that is on one of the walls for like just checking how your avatar looks and making changes, as she passes over it, it ripples slightly to her perception. And so you're immediately drawn to that. And as you go over and you touch it, it ripples around your fingertips. This is not a mirror. This is a doorway. It resists your push. You can't push through it easily because it's protected, but this is a doorway.
Definitely not in this stall, Scarlet.
Hey.
Yeah.
Both of you, come here. Look at this mirror. Touch it.
Huh. We touch.
Again, you get this.
Yeah, I think this is where we need to go. Scarlet is going to look around and make sure that no one is waiting until a moment that they have no one looking at them.
Yeah, you're currently alone in the restroom. All right, so the person with the skilly key, can you go ahead and make a reflexive code-breaking skill roll?
Yes, that is me. Reflexive skill break. I'm sorry.
Computer's code breaking. So you're going to roll computers, keep
I see.
either your intellect or your cyber, and add whatever modifiers you have in code breaking.
Am I adding 1 + 1?
You are adding the 1K1 that you always add for being jacked in. Yep.
Okay. Ooh, these dice are treating me well today.
Also, keep in mind, if at any point you receive 3 or more 6s on a single roll, that's a critical success. You gotta let me know.
Oh man!
I haven't got one yet.
If you roll 3 6s on any roll?
3 or more 6s, it counts as a critical success.
Okay, so
you automatically succeed. You automatically succeed on it, and if you would have succeeded anyway, extra stuff happens.
Yeah.
Noted.
Okay, so I rolled. So my computer's is 2, but I'm rolling 3.
Yep.
And I rolled a 15. I'm gonna add. My cybernetics is 9.
So
I'm
that's
gonna
be
add
additional 6. Yep. So you're up to 21.
Plus 1 for the 1K1.
All right, so you're at 22.
And I don't have any mods beyond that.
Okay, so 22. That is more than enough. So basically, you could tell that normally you would have to like try to interact more with this, try to figure out how to crack this code. But basically, you just hold your hand out, and you see something in your augmented, your UI, just indicate Skelly Key, and suddenly the mirror like vibrates, and almost like water droplets, the mirror pulls apart, and it reveals this just entryway into an area that shouldn't exist.
Cyberspace is pretty cool.
So Hans? Yes.
Yeah. And nudge her and go, told you so.
Okay.
Beyond, so where you were, it was bright daylight in the cyberspace construct. Obviously, in the club here, there's this ambiance of like black light and neon or whatever else. But through here, you actually can see trees in the distance, and you can see this field of grass that just blows gently. You can see it rippling in the wind.
Nice.
And you can see a starry night sky and a moon, and there's a structure in the distance, but you can't see it clearly from where you are.
So the whole environment has changed. We're no longer
Whole
in a
environment
club.
is different.
We're in a
Correct.
field. Okay.
Oh, this could
And
be
does
the
it close
Twilight
behind us?
Garden.
Once you move through, it'll close behind you.
Okay.
Sweet. So, this looks like maybe the Twilight Garden.
Are there flowers here, Dan?
There are white flowers.
I'm gonna go and pick one up and smell it.
It smells fragrant.
It just
Pleasant.
it appears to be just an organic, beautiful white flower.
Correct.
Okay, I'll take one with me. Tuck it into my vest.
You start making your way, and as you enter again, it closes behind you, but you notice it looks different on the other side. It looks sort of like a Shinto shrine, like a big wooden,
Cool.
ornate Asian shrine. And as you make your way across the field, you get closer to this structure. The moonlight illuminates it, and it looks like a feudal Japanese castle, or at least what the people in the future, based on what records they have, imagine it looks like.
I guess that's Orator Manor. That's where we need to go.
Do I see any sort of like defense mechanisms around this place, or?
As you get closer, you can make out there appear to be guards wearing like ceremonial Japanese armor with feudal weaponry. Your UI tells you that they're native programs. They're not avatars.
And
As
they
in
can
they're real people.
I'm sorry?
As in they're real people. They're being
No,
controlled by real
no.
people.
So avatars are controlled by real people. Native programs are just
It's like
lines of code.
It
So
is
these
a
are just-
okay.
these
it's
are
like a
just lines of-
firewall.
Yeah.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So it looks like we have some company. Looks like there's some sort of firewall system here that's protecting something.
Can we override it?
Well, yes. Can
By the way, I mean you.
I mean, yes. Can we, or can I disrupt the firewall?
So you can literally attack them. They're basically units, digital units that you can fight.
So when I say yes, and I like take out my minigun, and then like I start shooting at them, and then as I shoot, little ice cream cones come out of various colors. Like
Absolutely. Now, if you want to attack both of them, you can. You will take a -2 to your roll
okay,
for each one. Or you know what? I'll just make it one roll for both of them, just to save time.
one roll for both of them.
Yeah.
All right, what do I
Minus-
roll?
-2 penalty. So again,
in cyberspace.
you can either roll for this. You're making a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Cyber weapons can either be transformed into melee or ranged weapons when you're in cyberspace. Using it as ranged attacks, you can either roll combat, keep agility with a ranged weapon specialty, or you can substitute, like I said, combat for computers and agility for cyber.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do computers. All right, here we go. 6. Oh. I got so many 5s. 25. 31.
All right.
Ooh.
So
Ice cream, ice cream,
Take
ice
him
cream.
down.
Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Why don't you go ahead and roll 3k3 damage?
3k3 damage.
Oh, actually, you know what? It's more than that because you actually had complete surprise. So you actually rolled 5k5 damage.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
5k5.
Oh.
Did not know you were coming, so they are completely caught off guard.
Oh, yes. Oh, damn. Almost 3 sixes. Ho, ho, ho. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 22, 23, 24.
All right, so you sweep across the front of this castle. Ice cream cones, ice cream cones, ice cream cones, and just splatter the entire front wall of the castle. And as you hit the guards, you see them trying to cut some of the ice cream coming at them out of the way. But they are incapable of doing it, and as it hits them, it burns away like an acid almost. And they stagger against the wall and slide down, and then you just see them actually dissipate, almost turning to dust as the code is just rendered completely invalid. Now, native programs will eventually respawn, if you will, just like in a video game, but for a while now, they're out of the picture.
Okay, cool. I look over at Scarlet and I say, they're on ice. And then I like try to open the door and peek in. So
you start making your way. It's actually like a portcullis situation.
Oh, cool.
But
A what?
A portcullis, like a gate that comes down. Why don't we have Scarlet use her scaly key?
Okay. So that's another
You
computer's
actually,
check.
you could do it one of two ways. Either you could try to unlock the door, or because the area beyond it actually isn't secured, you can actually use it to open a door where there isn't one by spending 1 action point.
By spending 1 action point.
So in every round of combat, you get 3 action points to spend. You can spend them either to move or attack or use skills.
I see.
So
We're just
you
not
use-
in battle right now, so it's got
Correct.
it's
Correct.
pretty much.
So you can just do
there
it
for me to
freely.
use. Yeah.
It would mean if combat suddenly started, you'd be 1 action point down.
Yeah, worth it. Let's open a portal. Oh my god, I love my dice. Mwah, you're being so good to me. My dice are never good to me. Maybe just D6s like me. Okay. That's 14 on my roll. Plus 6 is 20.
More than
Plus
enough. So
1,
as you walk up, you just wave at the wall next to the portcullis, and the wood actually, with like creaking and splintering sound, breaks apart and opens up and forms a doorway that you just walk through. And as you all exit, it all forms back up again into a wall.
I feel like I read a children's fantasy novel that had something like this in it once.
Oh yeah, it's probably the YA category. It's very popular, like
Yeah.
around Bandor. So
That's
Very
weird.
cool. Inspired.
Something chatty hat, something. So you find yourself now in an open courtyard, which has a little fountain in the center, and then it's this sprawling
Ooh.
manor, multiple residences and things like that.
is there any like
Cool.
cybersecurity cameras that are around the area? or?
There are not. So it's interesting, for the amount of cloak and daggers that went into hiding this place, it seems like the security here is subpar. You're not sure if that's because the person who designed it either didn't anticipate anyone making it through the initial firewall, or based on what you know of Martin Alabaster, if it's just that he didn't think anyone would be foolish enough to cross him and try to actually enter it if they did find it.
The enemy's hubris. Their greatest downfall.
Yes. And so there were guards at the front. You figure that maybe if you were not a skilled hacker or something, they probably would have been problematic for you, and instead you just gunned them down. But inside the actual compound, you don't see any guards. What you do hear is a timid voice from the shadows say,
Ew.
Aunt Gemma?
Oh.
Does this sound like Drea?
Yes, it sounds exactly like Drea Alabaster.
Drea? Drea?
And she comes stumbling into the moonlight of the courtyard.
Oh my god, Drea! And Scarlet's overcome with emotion. She rushes to her and envelops her in a huge hug and lifts her off the ground.
So the two of you embrace in the center of the courtyard, and she starts to sob uncontrollably.
You're alive.
If you can call it that, she says as she wipes tears from her eyes.
Yeah, well, if you can call this alive, we can call you alive. What happened?
My father. He was convinced I betrayed him and convinced the board to overthrow him, and so he punished me by locking me away here. I don't know what's happened to my body. I'm assuming I'm just in cryosleep? I don't know.
He's, the public knowledge of your non-cyber existence is that you are deceased.
What?
It seems he has disposed of your body.
How is that possible? Then, if he killed me, I wouldn't still be here.
Well, from our understanding, your consciousness has been uploaded here. Just
What?
your consciousness.
How is that possible?
It seems they've developed this technology and are not using it in an ethical way. But we have a solution. We're gonna get you out of here so that you're not trapped here anymore.
She sits down slowly and tries to process the information, sitting on the edge of the fountain.
It's all right. I'm being called Scarlet now these days. My own consciousness was transferred into this body, and while our situation is different, I was given a completely fresh start. It's not so bad. I don't even miss my bio body. Really. I mean, this one is pretty incredible. Riggs can tell you all about it.
So, is that what's going to happen to me?
We are in the process of finding a solution of where to upload your consciousness. They did create a body in your likeness, but unfortunately it has been destroyed. We are attempting to fix it, but we may have to find a different suitable form for your consciousness in the meantime.
Who created a body for me?
Our guess is that the Aladdin?
It was
Matthias?
It was Matthias.
Matthias made it? Okay. Matthias has always been on your side, and unfortunately he is blamed for your death and disappearance.
Well, we've got to clear his name.
Of course. But we can't do that until we can bring you back.
So where is Uncle Matthias? Why didn't he come with you?
He is no longer with us.
She pauses and looks down at the ground and puts her head in her hands.
In a rare show of compassion, you see Scarlet sit down and rub her back and act more human than you've ever seen her. Everything has changed, but we believe that you are the key to ensuring that everything doesn't get destroyed. You should own the Alabaster. What is the company called? Aladdin. You are the rightful heir to Aladdin. We need you to show your face, unfortunately.
She nods slowly.
But it is dangerous. Martin will be looking for us, and most certainly will be looking for you. We've gotten past his security so far, but the trek back will likely not be as easy.
I can't leave here. Not like this.
Why?
If I try to leave, it deconstructs me. I'm reduced to a thing, I guess. I'm not conscious for it. I tried to escape once when the door was open, and next thing I knew, I woke up back here. He must have returned me.
Riggs, can you weigh in on this?
Is there a way I can look at?
You can make a computer's cybernetics roll to just understand sort of how cyberspace works and why that might be the case.
No problem. Get the dice and treating me nice. Oh, yeah. All right, that is 24.
Okay, so this is what's called a pocket cluster. It's on a separate mainframe than the core mainframes that the main cyberspace construct is built on. Whenever you have lines of code in cyberspace, the code has to be executed for it to express itself in some way, whether that's as the environment or whether that's as security programs or whatever the case may be. So Drea's consciousness is in effect a program, much in the same way that Scarlet's and or Gemma's consciousness has been changed to a program. So whatever constraints have been put into place, this pocket cluster is designed to execute the program that is Drea's consciousness. If she tries to leave, the main construct is not coded to express that consciousness, so it doesn't. Now that doesn't mean you cannot leave with her, but what it means is if you try to leave with her, she will be reduced to what typically is an exchange of data in cyberspace. Now, let's say you're in cyberspace and you're doing a shady back alley deal, right? Because you want a program or you want a map to somewhere or whatever else, information that you're not supposed to have. You'll meet with a dealer. The dealer will give you the information. The information will appear to be a mundane item of some kind, that if you take it with you to your jackout point, it will upload to whatever you're jacked into, whether that's a personal computer device or a Starship computer, whatever it is, whatever mainframe you're using as a go-between between you and cyberspace. So basically what she's saying is if she tries to leave, it deconstructs her to just a mundane object that you would then have to take with you. She cannot travel with you.
Okay. Do I know... if I can, like... If she gets deconstructed into a mundane object, and then we leave with this mundane object, would it trip any security systems that...
Probably.
If she's a mundane object?
Just if she tries to leave, because of the programming of the pocket cluster, it will alert the priority one user, the super admin, if you will. It will be alerted that the program has been altered.
So, like, is she safer if she's inside of a mundane object than she is in another form? I don't know what that would be.
So,
in theory, yes.
Yeah. So, question, Dan. What if I created a program to put into Scarlet that housed Drea temporarily until we leave the cyber world? Is that possible?
You don't have the admin level rights you would need to do that. That would be considered too gross of a change to the cyberspace construct. You can't do that with a basic user rights.
Got it.
So
and there's no code breaking I can do to even
not
attempt.
For that.
Okay.
What kind of mundane object would she be put into? Turn into?
You don't
like a
know.
stone?
But it's automatic?
It's automatic. As she tries to pass through, she'll be reduced to the object.
Ah, okay.
But if it's been done before, that means if she tries to leave, she'll be reduced to the mundane object. But if we take the mundane object and leave with it, okay.
Which is why she said she from her understanding, she has a rudimentary understanding of cyberspace as well. She says he must have brought me back, meaning back through the portal.
Got it.
Drea, I know this is going to be difficult to lose your consciousness once again, but nothing about getting back is going to be easy. I understand that Martin is your father, but he murdered you. Your body was found washed up in the industrial district. Okay. We need to go to any lengths possible to make this right.
She says, Martin isn't my father. My father's dead.
What do you mean by that?
She says, you know what I mean. She's clearly referencing her relationship with Matthias.
Well, that makes me grateful that I got to meet with you again. You know, I almost didn't unlock Gemma's memories. You would have met a stranger.
She says, you'll never be a stranger to me, and tears form at the edges of her eyes. And I trust you. She takes your hand and places it against her chest, and you see her just start to deconstruct, and you try to grab her as she's disappearing, and you just end up holding this ruby red gem in the shape of a stylized heart.
Scarlet holds it close to her chest.
It thrums slightly with the program within it.
Scarlet, we need to go now. Now that the deconstruct has happened, we need to leave. However, it's going to be quite hot in here.
Okay, she tucks the heart safely inside of her many layers of her, I guess, cyber armor.
Sure.
Can I initiate tie-dye so that we go faster?
Absolutely.
Yeah!
Excellent!
So you all go racing out of the castle and across the plains and through the portal, which just opens. Seems on this side it's not guarded, so as you walk through, it just pulls away, and you walk through, and then the mirror reforms.
You're back in the club?
You can hear the familiar boom, boom, boom.
I call Spike.
Are you out? What happened?
Yes, we're out. Let's get out of here.
Great. You need to make it to Hero's Destiny. This is easier than I thought it would be.
All right. And I relay, let's go to Hero's Destiny, get back into our squad.
Okay.
All right.
_069. Engage.
So you make your way out of the restrooms and back into the club, and as you make your way back into the club, you hear this horrifying scream as suddenly a wave of people in front of you are just cut down by this massive axe. And as it cuts through them, you just see them like phasing out as their avatars are deconstructed and they're returned to their bodies. And before you stands this metallic, bulking, axe-wielding, knight-like character in white.
Whoa.
Wow.
And when this individual sees you, and by the way, your UI identifies this user as Alabaster Knight. And when this individual sees you, he just growls, Gemma.
Do I know this Alabaster Knight? Or he just knows who I am?
This is Martin Alabaster's avatar.
Oh! Okay. Okay. Scarlet steadies herself,
snap.
looks him in the eye. Martin?
You have one chance to give her to me.
No. She's coming with me.
He flexes and his knuckles crack.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive avatar, Martin. But I know what you look like on the outside. Skinny, little, disgusting, weak man that you are. You don't deserve anything that you have, and I'm here to bring Drea back where she belongs.
We will see about that. All right, can I get initiative rolls from you?
Oh.
So normally when you roll initiative, you're rolling your agility and wits. That goes together for the number of dice you're rolling, and you keep the higher of one or the other. However, this is cyberspace. You can substitute one of those two traits with cybernetics if you want to.
Okay, can you repeat the first two that we need to roll?
Agility and wits. So you can substitute either agility or wits with cybernetics. And then you'll keep the highest of the two traits that you roll.
So I have a 4 in agility, I have 3 in wits, and I have 9 in cybernetics.
So you'll roll 4 and 9 together, will be 13 dice, and you'll keep 9.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
You're very fast in cyberspace.
Do I have 13 d6s? Let's see how many I have.
Let's see.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Oh, snap.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot to keep track of. When I was talking to Martin, I was like, I want to swear. Can I swear? I don't know if I can swear. Think of something else.
This is the mature...
Oh, yeah?
I totally messed that up earlier.
I wanted to call him chicken shit so bad, but I was like, I don't think I can say it.
Retconned. He's a chicken shit.
Yeah.
Can confirm. All right, what do we got for initiative rolls here?
23.
23.
I tie with her. 23.
Hey! Jackhammer, good job.
Do I add any mods to this or no?
No mods to this. Just the roll and you keep the higher.
Okay, 31.
Usually initiative is big. 31?
Yeah.
Usually initiatives are really big rolls, but you don't add anything to them. Just really big rolls. Scarlet. Okay. Cool. So Scarlet, you will actually act first.
Cool, that's on brand for what just happened. But what do I do? Okay, so he's a giant cyber knight.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna retcon, and I'm looking at him, and I go, and I do say that. I say, I know what you look like on the outside. You're chicken shit. And I pull out my cyber weapon, and I point it at him, and I shoot. And after I shoot, I'm gonna try to dive to the side and hide behind something.
Okay, so you get to roll either combat agility or computers cybernetics or some combination thereof based on whatever's highest for you.
Well, my cybernetics is the highest for sure.
Yeah, so that's your trait, but I think your combat is going to be higher than your computers. So
yeah.
why don't you roll combat? Yeah. Combat keeps cybernetics.
Okay. Okay. Dice are not being nice to me anymore. 10. 17. Keep 4. So 21.
21, and that is enough to hit.
Cool.
So you're going to roll. Let me just double check. I think it's 3K2. But let me just do.
This is my.
No, 2K2. It's ranged, right? So 2K2 damage with your cyber weapon.
Yeah. Do I add the 1K1 for being jacked into this too, or is that just skill
no,
checks?
That's just for the skill checks. Good question.
Oh man, that's bad. Really bad. That's only 3. That's only 3.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh no.
So you whip out your buster arm and you kaboom give him a blast and dive out of the way. But you notice when you shoot him, it bounces harmlessly off of this armor that he has.
Oh sure. Okay. Do I have enough action points left to hide?
You can make the roll, but he's aware roughly of where you are, so you won't be completely hidden. You'll have cover is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you won't be completely hidden from him. You don't even really have to roll for that. You're getting behind the bar, basically, and so I'm not going to make you roll to get behind the bar. You get behind the bar, and now you have full cover unless he can see you somehow.
Okay.
All right, so next in the initiative is either Zara or Celica. You guys can decide who wants to go first.
You can take it, Heather.
All right. So, is there the bar is partial cover?
The bar will give you full cover if you're completely ducked behind it, or half cover if you're standing behind it.
Half cover so that I can still shoot. So I take 1 movement point to go there. Correct. I guess I'm gonna have to neater him because he's got armor.
You actually cannot use your psionic ability.
What? Okay, we gotta just run.
Oh shit! Let's see the language. Sorry.
No.
This is gamer talk only. Gamer talk.
We just said we could swear.
You're allowed to swear. You have a green light to swear.
Oh man, I guess I'm gonna have to maybe fire spray him. Oh, I'm a little scared now. Now I'm a little scared. Okay, yeah, let's fire spray him. So, what is that? 3k2, is that correct?
So you have to make your roll, your combat and or computers plus cybernetics may be your highest, unless your agility is higher for that. And then if you successfully hit his defense TN, then you will roll your damage, which for a cyber weapon, a normal cyber weapon, melee is 3k2, ranged is 2k2.
And I believe I'm at a distance, correct?
You are at a distance if you're behind the bar, yeah.
So 2k2. So, all right, so I'm gonna do combat because that's still 5, and my computers is 0.
Roger that.
Hence, I didn't want to open doors.
We gotta take your memory out and upload you into an Android.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Just switch your computer skill.
Celica?
I can totally help with that. Yes.
Or am I getting distracted? I need to shoot this guy. Okay, so I'm gonna roll. Let's see.
I believe in you.
Ooh! 3 6s!
Yeah!
Critical success. So you definitely hit. And you said you were using fire spray, right?
I believe that's the most potent, but if there's one person, do I have an alternate option besides fire spray?
No, that's going to be the highest damage for you. So that's going to add 2k2 damage. And then in addition, because you got a critical success, you will add another 1k1 to that. So your total damage will be 2k2 plus 2k2 plus 1k1 is 5k5 damage.
Guys, kiss the dice.
Mwah. Mwah.
I'll make out with it.
Okay, come on, guys. Come on. Be nice to me. Oh. All right. 15.
15. Okay, so
He's a big bad.
he's a big man. Okay.
Also, critical success.
Yeah!
Trickle it down, baby. Trickle it down.
All right. So what does your weapon look like? Your cyber weapon.
Well, when I went into the club, I decided to make it a neon green femur bone.
Okay. So you're shooting undead energy right now.
Welcome to my undead friend.
Right. So she's afire in her laser from behind the bar, and this sickly green light erupts from the end of this femur, blows her back into the end of the bar, and catches the Alabaster Knight square in the chest, sending it flying into the opposite wall, which cracks against the heavy armor, and you could see green glowing cracks appear in his armor. But he growls and he stands back up.
Now wait a minute, I got 4 arms, which means
you do have additional action points. You do have additional action points.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. Crit again.
All right, so I gotta get 11. What is it? Wait, I forgot now. Combat 5, keeping. Oh no. 10.
10 is not enough to successfully deal damage. So you're like so thrown off. Basically, you fire twice in succession, but the first one hits him square on, but you blow yourself back into the wall. So the second one, you just like fire into the ceiling. All right, Celica's up next.
Okay. So I'm exposed. Okay. So do I see a DJ booth on my way to the door?
There is a DJ booth on the way to the door.
Great! I will move to the DJ booth, take some cover on my way to the door. I will grab my minigun. And yeah.
Eat gelato.
I will fire my ice cream cones of various flavors and colors at this Alabaster Knight.
All right, make your roll.
All right, cool. Hella doing computers and cyber because, yeah. Come on, give me what Heather got. Come on.
Did you get 3 sixes?
Dude, I'm not fucking joking right now.
Yes!
I got 3 sixes.
Yeah!
I'm not joking right now. Should I take a picture? Like, how do I prove it to you?
Take him down,
No, I
Tanks!
believe you. Let's do it.
Oh my god, I love these dice.
You can do anything in cyberspace.
So, let's see. 6, 6, 6. 6, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. 29.
Wow.
That definitely does 29 damage.
29, that's a hit, yeah.
Oh, just a hit. All right, but you got the critical success. Roll your damage. Again, you get to roll an additional 1k1 for the critical.
So that would be...
Plus, you said you were doing fire spray?
Sure.
It's up to you. Were you trying... Fire spray subtracts your chance to hit, but you deal additional damage. That's what you did with the guards.
Yeah.
In the construct.
You know, I want to do focus fire.
Okay. So in that case, I'll say you did burst fire. That's an additional 1k1. So you roll 4k4 damage.
4k4. All right, let's go. Come on. I'm gonna use these dice that give me the 6s. 4k4. Okay. Let's see. All right. Cool. 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage.
Okay. So you dive onto the DJ booth and just boom, 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 your ice cream hitting the painting the walls, an assortment of pastel colors, as you again start hitting the Alabaster Knight's armor, and the armor dissolves, and then he bursts into a shower of code.
Yeah! Woo!
I hope you like sorbet.
You hear Spike's voice over the comms say, "Awesome! I'm sure that really pissed him off. Now get the hell out of there."
Okay, spatula, and then we go. I run.
Right.
I run away.
So-
I run away.
You run out. You run out of Club Afterlife, and as you do, you duck instinctively as bullet fire rips across the edge of the building. Because at this point, you've been tagged by the system for all of the security programs to try to eliminate you before you can make it to your extraction point.
So I slow with tie-dye and we all do like Matrix.
Absolutely. All around.
Heroes, destiny.
Spatula!
So, you need to make it to Hero's Destiny. You hear Spike say, You've got 2 paths to get to Hero's Destiny. It looks like the first is a tea house nearby, and the other one's a saloon. Take your pick.
Tea house, more incognito. Calm.
All right, fine.
Old ladies.
Tea house.
All right, make your way there. So he puts onto your UI the path through the digital city to get where you need to go. So you go running through, and the whole way you're dogged by these security crews. They're running after you, they're firing at you, you're ducking and weaving, and you can see like fruit stands getting shot up and fruits flying all over the place, and people are running in fear from this scene, and you make it to what appears to be this little tea house. It's like this little. It looks to be again sort of like an Asian themed tea house.
Okay. I say Spike. Arrival at tea house now. Where?
All right, go into the tea house. Through the back kitchen, there should be a door to another program.
All right. And then I relay that information and just go.
Yes. So you guys duck into the tea house. Everyone looks up confused as you come in. You run between the people at the tables with their tea. And then, of course, bullets start flying through the windows and everyone dives under the tables. You duck back behind the kitchen and chefs are getting out of the way. And you run through to the back. And you can, again, as you're running through, your sort of instinctual reflexive perception is you can see there's something weird about the freezer door. And so you yank it open, and as you do, you just see, like, open air.
I go in!
Woo!
Right. So, Celico jumps through first. You start to plummet through the sky.
I do it.
The two of you follow?
Yeah.
Alright, so you jump through and you start to fall through the sky, and you pass through clouds, and suddenly as you continue to fall, you can see what appears to be like an open sea below you, and there's actually two old-fashioned, looks like galleons firing at each other.
Uh-oh.
Spike! We're falling!
Yeah. It's some sort of pirate program. Just go with it.
Just go with
So
it.
You hit the water and you plunge into the and then swim back up easily to the surface, and you can make your way to one of the two vessels. It appears that one of the vessels is more of like a pirate ship, and the other one is more of like some sort of naval galleon that they're engaged in this battle.
Tight. I quickly changed my avatar advanced settings, and then to change myself to look like a pirate.
So did the two of you also change your appearance?
Yeah.
Arrgh.
Still the mohawk,
you
though.
you accept that the sort of default settings that'll keep your general aesthetic but change it to fit the theme. And so you make it to the
Smell like a pirate too.
It's so
Just took
immersive.
a bath, like a huge bath.
Smell like
you make it to the
fish.
side of the ship and you climb up onto the deck, and people are firing oh man.
Cannonballs.
Blunderbuss and firing the cannons and pistoliers, and they're just, attacking each other ship to ship combat basically. And they don't even really acknowledge your presence. You again see some native programs here that seem to fit the themes of the two ships, and then there are also avatars, and you can see their signifiers as well, and they're just like, teabagging people and
Nice.
acting like complete jerks.
I go, Spike!
Yeah.
We're on the pirate ship. Where now?
Hold on, I have to figure out how to get to the next area. Just be careful about the security program. It's gonna figure out you're there sooner rather than later.
Oh, God. Is there a way I can, delay the security program from trying to figure us out? Or our location?
I'm gonna say in this instance you can't, because you haven't even identified what the security program is here.
That makes sense.
You look around and you're looking at the native programs and you're like, well, that's environmental. I'm not seeing the security program.
Got it.
And so you're like, environmental, and then suddenly the ship shudders that you're on.
And I suddenly look over to the side of the boat and make sure there's no holes or sharks around.
You look over to the side of the boat, and as you do, you see this immense coiling purple tentacle suddenly start to pull up the side of the ship, and it rocks the ship slightly.
Oh, good.
Someone release the Kraken! Let's hurry up!
Oh, that must be the security program.
Oh, no.
Great!
What do we do?
Well, slow it down. Ice cream.
Boom, 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 boom. From your pistoliers. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. It's still ice cream.
It's still ice cream. Alright, so the security program will actually go first in this instance.
No!
No!
Give me my computer cybernetics. No!
Okay, so it actually swings at Scarlet.
How did I know?
Yeah.
So I smell. I can smell me.
This one big tentacle riles and twists over the side of the deck and then sweeps across, hitting a bunch of the native programs in the process, and knocks you back into the forecastle of the ship. You take a total of 8 damage, but you have cyber armor, which will reduce 5 of that. So you take 3 MP worth of damage. No. And again, this is MP damage, not BP damage.
Okay. So take... Okay.
3 MP damage.
All right.
You okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, I've got 22 points in mind.
Excellent.
Okay. So Scarlet, you actually act next in the initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out my handgun and shoot the tentacle.
All right. Go ahead and make your roll.
All right. My measly 2K2 ranged weapon. Well, actually, can I do melee if it just hit me?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you want your cyber weapon to transform to?
Okay, so it turns into a huge, rusty, sharp. What is it called? A platoon? Not a platoon. Harpoon.
Harpoon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll slash at it.
All right. Make your attack roll.
Okay. Pretty good. So that is a 11.
That's actually enough to hit this. This is a large target, so it has a pretty low defense. So go ahead and roll 3k2 damage for you.
Nice.
Oh my god, so bad! 6. Well, okay, when using my token of destiny, does that apply to damage or only attack or skill rolls?
So, the token of destiny, give me a moment here, just to remind myself quickly. So I know you can turn all attacks in a round into critical successes to add additional damage if you successfully hit what you did. So let me just make sure that is the case.
Because I thought about it too late with the Alabaster Knight. I was like, God, I should have used it.
You can turn any successful into a critical, blah, blah, blah. Turn all attacks made by the player's character into critical successes for 1 turn. This means you get to ignore any damage reduction, and you deal an additional 1k1 damage. So you can absolutely do that. Just describe how you're drawing on your token of destiny.
Have I don't think I've used it yet. Have I?
I don't believe you have, no.
I don't even know if I decided what exactly it was. I know it has to do with Oren and Ollie. We're gonna say my token of destiny. Oh, yes, I did. It's his dog tag.
His dog tag, right.
Yeah, his dog tag. Okay. So once again, I take it out of my garb and I hold it and I say, I'm not going down yet. And I supercharge my weapon. And I will roll just 1 more die.
All right.
Come on! Yes! Okay, so that's 11.
All right, so this harpoon that was just this rusty, janky-looking harpoon suddenly starts to glow with energy and like vibrate and sing with power, and you just lance this monstrous tentacle with it, and you hear this inhuman and the tentacle withdraws over the side of the ship again.
Hey! Hey, who's taking now? Woo!
You hear...
I think she's taking notes.
You hear Spike's voice over the comm. All right, you've got to get down into, I think it's called the galley. I don't know what the hell these ships are. Yeah, somewhere below deck. Get below deck.
No problem. I jumped down into below deck.
Yeah, there's a little opening you jump down where they load cargo. You can jump down. And when you do, you see this nondescript sort of like cabin door down there. And he says, that's the door, go in.
I go.
All right, so you run over and you yank open the door. And when you yank open the door, you see water. Just like this wall of water.
I hold my breath and dive in again.
All right, you dive in, and as you dive in again, you get this UI prompt of, do you want to accept the local theme?
I say yes.
And you say yes, and as you do, you feel the change to your avatar where suddenly you have fins. You're basically a mermaid now.
Sweet. And then I go advanced settings, and then I want my mermaid, like, is it my mermaid legs? My mermaid fins?
Your fins, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I want my mermaid fins to look like little ice cream cones, like draped down into like my feet area. And then I go, accept custom settings. And then I continue to mermaid through.
And the remainder of you also jump in?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, and you
Mermaid
accept
crew.
the mermaid crew. All right, so now you're swimming, torpedoing through the water.
Ugh, how did you keep my tattoo on my avatar body as a mermaid?
It's
Is
called
this some kind of
programming.
manual override?
No.
I love it. All right. You've got to make your way to the beach. It's in this direction, and you see your UI.
HUD.
What direction you should go?
All right, let's go. And then I swim towards that direction. But like as I'm swimming, the cosmetic has like little like ice cream cones just like being around me.
All right. As you're swimming along,
Oh no.
you're in the front because you dove through first, Celica. So as you're swimming, this
Oh, no.
looming shape suddenly torpedoes towards you, and just in time, Zara activates tie-dye, and you swirl through the water as this gnashing shark mouth narrowly misses you, chomping as it passes you.
Whew.
Security programs found you again.
Ugh.
Okay. As it swipes by me, can I like stab it or something?
So yes, you can. Go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, let's go.
This will be an attack of opportunity as it passes. You get to
Copy.
attack. It was in,
Thank you.
entered and left your melee range.
Cool. Let's see, 10.
With this music, I'm like,
20.
That is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Cool, that's 3k3.
And how does your weapon appear in melee form?
Yeah, so it's actually a chibi-looking version of the tattoo, but as a sword. But like as we're like jumping up in the air, kind of like freeze frame, but we're all stacked together.
Yeah.
The end is all like we're all holding ice cream cones.
The power of friendship.
The power of friendship. Let's go. All right. Oh snap. All right, 13.
All right. So as this shark bites and goes past you, you swipe around with your sword of friendship, and you just cut straight down the center of this thing, and it just becomes chum in the water as you continue swimming.
Haha. I keep going.
All right, so the three of you torpedo your way to the shore, and as you do, you crawl your way up onto the beach, and as you do, you actually cross programs, and you hear Spike say, "All right, you're in Hero's Destiny. You have to make it to the tower now. That's the extraction point."
Got it. Wait, so are we still in Mermaid Guard, but on land?
So once you cross over, you revert to your standard avatar, and as you stand up on the beach, you can actually see this city skyline up above you, and there's stuff flying around. You can't really make it out necessarily, and again, you haven't played Heroes Destiny before, so you don't really know the premise of the game. So you walk up, you're in your standard avatar, and then you get the prompt. Do you want to accept the theme?
I say yes.
Okay, you say yes, and as you do, your avatar starts to shift, and suddenly you find yourself wearing what appears to be like a comic book superhero garb.
Yes.
But there's something different about this. This is not just a costume change. You actually see that you have a new readout on your HUD that you've got
What?
superpowers now.
Superpower 069?
You are comic book
069.
heroes in Heroes Destiny.
Hell yeah.
Your powers. First of all, it read off of your Ifrit weapon, Celica. So
Yes.
as you change into your costume, you have this like red and orange fire motif. And as you sort of flex and try out the new program, you hover off the ground and burst into flames.
Yeah!
Whoa!
Zara, so you walk up, and again you get this costume change as you accept the theme. And it feels like you have something akin to your psionic powers back. And as you're like trying out, you're like moving around with your costume, you like wave your hand, and there's actually like a boat in the water, and the boat capsizes. Like a telekinetic blast comes out of your hand as
sick.
you wave it.
Advanced settings!
And then, so Scarlet, as you walk up, you know, again, you get this costume change. You're wearing this like neon pink and purple garb, and you can see on your HUD that your power is super strength. And all three of you can also fly.
Woo! Yeah!
I love it.
Alright, so you all leap off the
We all
sandy beach. Leap off the sandy beach, and you're now flying towards this city skyline in the distance because you have to get to this tower.
Make it to the tower.
And
Wow.
I moved
So-
the trees.
The way to the tower, the way to the tower, we're not going to do individual rolls. We're actually going to switch to cinematic rules for this. So what I need to know everyone's either the higher of computer and combat and the higher of cybernetics or strength or agility, whichever of the three is higher.
So between computer and combat, and then between...
Yeah, why don't we go one at a time? So if your combat or computer is whatever's higher, just why don't you give me yours?
Combat.
Combat. What's your combat?
5.
5. Okay. And what is your cybernetics is 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then why don't we go with Averill next? Higher of combat or computers?
Computers is 6.
6. Okay. And your cybernetics is 6?
Cybernetics is 6.
All right. And then Zara, what do you got?
Sorry, I have 5 in combat, and then it was a toss-up between cybernetics and... What was it?
Either agility or, probably agility for you.
6 in agility, so 5 combat, 6 agility.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So...
I like my character. I like
Yes. Advanced settings. I love it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I roll 2 dice. I add up all of your abilities as a modifier to that roll to determine the total. And then what I do is I'm going to roll for the collective enemies you're going to face between here and the tower. And whoever gets higher will be the winner of that overall sequence. But then you guys just get to cinematically describe how you're handling it.
Yeah!
Cool.
Unless we lose.
All right, so...
We won't.
We won't!
We get to cinematically
roll.
describe how we lose.
You're right.
True.
Yes, yeah, you get to still be cool while losing. So your overall roll was a 44, and the computer's roll was a
2.
28. So you will handily win this.
Oh, snap!
So basically, as you're flying through the city, these like robotic sentinels fly up to try to meet you. So how are you dealing with these sentinels as they're coming at you from all sides?
I use my super strength, and I grab one, and I start to chuck them at each other. Wah!
All right, and what about you, Zara?
I'm gonna take my telekinesis and just grab them both and smash them together like
Smash
this.
them to bits? All right, I like it. All right, and Celica, how is she dispatching them?
Okay, cool. I want to like make orbs of fire and like throwing fireballs at each of them, Liu Kang style. Fireball. But as they explode, though, it shows like a little like sprinkle of
Ice cream,
ice
of
cream.
course, sprinkles,
Of course.
ice cream
Yeah.
sprinkles.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
one for you,
first.
Zara. I got one for your telekinesis.
Okay.
When I launch my grenades at each other, when they shatter into pieces, can you take the pieces like they're all sprayed out like this, and then you go and turn them into missiles and then spray them again.
Like bullets?
Like little tiny bullets. Yeah.
It's like a shotgun.
Yeah.
All right, so the three superheroines back to back flying in the sky, just dispatching wave after wave of the
Back to back, the three of us
Sentinels.
just like in a triangle like this.
Yeah. Oh my god, I want to do something cool too. I go batter up, and then I like make a fireball, like a big fireball, and I like pitch it at Zara, and then Zara can like knock it off into someone else.
Yeah.
So you guys are wreaking
Teamwork.
havoc on the security program.
Like
Combo breaker.
Like Sailor
Yeah.
Moon, just like spinning
Hell
in
yeah.
tandem
yeah,
together.
you're seeing in your HUD, you're actually seeing like combos and like points because this is a game that you're currently in.
Oh.
Yo, we got that
And
bonus,
after-
crit
after you-
bonus.
After you've spent a little time legitimately enjoying yourself, it's like, come on, you gotta get out of there.
Oh, right.
Don't be that
Yeah.
spike.
I forgot.
Yeah.
But
You then start to fly through the city towards this large, imposing tower that is your jackout point. But before you reach it,
oh no.
alright, we're going to do this. Okay, you're flying towards your destination when suddenly this massive, what appears to be a tail from behind a skyscraper swings out and actually swats Scarlet out of the sky. She careens into a building,
Always me.
bounces off the building.
Gah! Gah!
So you take 13 damage, reduced by 5.
Oh no.
8
Can I-
damage.
8 damage, MP damage, as you get hit by this massive tail. And
Okay.
you turn your attention to this thing, and this monstrous kaiju creature stomps out from behind the building.
Awesome.
And your HUD says, the Alabaster Kaiju.
Mother-
It turns out Hero's Destiny is an Aladdin product.
No!
God,
He's everywhere!
And the thing roars at you.
Martin!
Spike. Spike. Why didn't you tell us this?
How was I supposed to know? I don't even have a data jack.
You make a good point.
Okay, can we... Spike, hey, can we avoid this creature and just get through? Or do we have to...
You can try, but he's pretty honed into you. At the very least, I think you need to buy some time.
Okay, well, I'm a little hurt, so...
It's okay.
I'm gonna start taking a -1 to my,
Okay.
Oh no.
my
Do I
rolls. I'm moderately injured.
Okay.
Do I see anything in front of the kaiju that maybe I could toss and trip him up a little?
Yeah,
Is
you
it-
can telekinetically pick up cars and throw them at him. You can interact
Oh,
with the
yeah.
environment. Yeah.
Whatever is in front of me, it's just gonna like fly like bullets.
All right. So go ahead and make your roll.
Would that be? What would that be?
So again, it's going to be combat or computers. Keep, in this case, agility or cybernetics.
Almost. Hold on. 18. Is it good enough?
Yes, you hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
roll
Nice.
damage.
Okay, so would it be more behoove me to throw the cars at him or to throw bullets at him?
It really doesn't matter. The answer is, again, the way you're interacting with cyberspace, your damage is your damage. Everything else becomes flavor.
Okay, so I throw cars at the guy.
I like it.
Pick him up in the street.
Yes. And you throw them telekinetically. So what was your damage roll?
I guess I would do
That's going to be
cyber weapon.
cyber weapon 2k2. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So roll 2, keep 2. 9
Nice.
for the first car.
Perfect. Okay. So you hit it and the thing roars and swipes at the air.
Okay, I'm gonna roll again. Ooh. Wait. 22 to hit.
That's it. All
Yes.
damage.
Yeah, Zara, yes!
10 points of damage by the second car.
Nice.
Woo!
All right, you hit it again, and again it's roaring and swiping at the air. You're not doing a lot of damage to it, but you're telling you're actually dealing damage to it. All right. Why don't we have Celica's up next?
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna. Wow, it's huge, right?
Yes, this is a colossal creature.
All right, cool. I will fly towards it, and I have like a flame blade.
I like it.
Yeah, I have a flame blade, but like at the hip, like at the bottom, like holding the actual blade, you see like a little chibi Zara and a little chibi like Scarlet, like holding the blade up, and then I'm actually holding the blade, but everything else is like flames.
I like it.
Cool. So
Right.
like I like fly, go behind this colossal thing, so it can't even like see me, and I like slash at its like back or neck or whatever. Okay. Oh. Better fucking hit. Oh, I love doing computers, man. 21.
Awesome. Okay, so you like fly up around it and dig the sword in and drag as you go, just cutting this like swath around the back of the creature, and rears up its head and roars angrily. The creature then goes. And
I can't do damage to it?
Oh, I thought that was the damage.
Oh no, that was my to hit.
Yeah. Roll your damage.
So that's 3k3.
Yes. It's 4K3 for you because of the Ifrit program.
Oh snap! That is 20 damage.
There you go. Right, roughly the same amount. One off. So,
Oh
yes.
snap!
You deal a bunch of damage to it.
There you go.
All right, so the kaiju then goes and will.
Run away.
It turns towards Zara, who it now has a clear view of, and it rears back, and you can see this like growing glow in its mouth, and it just shoots like an atomic breath at you, blowing you into the side of a building.
Can I slow down time, or is it too late? I don't have enough time to react.
You're already trying to do it to like, I can't get out of the way, it's too big, and it just hits you and blows you into the wall. So you end up taking...
No!
Oh no.
No, I'm squishy.
You end up taking 9 damage.
Ow!
9
Wait a
AP
minute.
damage.
Damn, okay. Okay.
Are you okay?
I have a -1 right now and a wound penalty.
Oh no.
Well, I think it would be a bit silly to think that we wouldn't get out of 4 different cyber fights without a scratch.
True.
True.
So where are you at? How badly injured are you?
I took 9 points and I had 18, so I'm a -1 at the moment.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you get blasted back into this wall, and like there's singe marks on your costume, and you're like, oh, it hurt bad, but you're okay.
I'm okay, I think.
All right,
Oh, no.
Scarlet's up.
Come on,
Okay.
Scarlet.
Now, is there a limit on how big of a door I can make with the skeleton key? Can I make it kaiju sized?
I see what you're going for. The kaiju would be able to try to resist falling through whatever hole you try to make.
But I'm super strong. I'm gonna try and do it. Okay, I'm gonna use my skeleton key and try to make a door. What are the limitations here? I can make a door where there is none.
So the spirit of the skeleton key is that it allows you to part walls that you can pass, is the spirit of the key.
Can I try to create a door in the like cyber wall that is encasing this world and shove him through it?
No.
It's gotta be pre-coded. Alright, I'll just punch him. at this point. So as he roars,
We have some guest stars.
oh hi!
Yes, I
Hi!
see. You have riot toys.
Is she delivering weapons to us?
Yes. Here in the nick of time to help.
Good, keep attacking.
As part of her goodie bag, she got a sloth that she wants to
Oh,
play with.
great. I'll be down in a little bit, okay?
Aww. Did you have fun at the birthday party?
Okay. All right. So so unfortunately, like I said, you can't open a wall through the program itself. This is more basically what the Scaly Key does is it interacts with environmental programs to tell it that, because again, it's not a real door, it's not a real wall, right? The purpose of it is like it's code that prevents you from passing.
I'm
And
just
so
trying to be a hacker
the
here.
program,
Clearly
I know.
not qualified for it.
You trick the program into just saying, "Oh no, I don't stop her from passing," and it just lets you through.
Got it. Okay. So when the kaiju go, "Ah!" I'm gonna fly up, yank a tooth out, and then stab the tooth into its eye.
Nice. All right, make your attack roll.
Hell yeah. Let's get gruesome.
So gonna roll with my cyber weapon stuff, even though this is kind of like a melee hand attack.
Yeah. It'll be your cyber weapon damage.
Okay. Bad. So bad. Four. Is that right?
4?
That was the damage?
I roll 3k2,
Yeah.
and I don't add my cyber.
Nope.
Anything
All right,
to
see, so
So weak.
you do. It turns out that this construct, this program, doesn't have damage reduction. It just has a higher health pool. So you actually do deal damage to it by doing this, and it roars in annoyance and stumbles around, knocking over a smaller tower in the process.
Okay, I still say avoid! Spike, where the hell do we need to go? This thing, I don't think we're gonna be able to take it down.
Okay. The tallest tower near you. The tallest tower. Go there.
All right, let's go! And I'm gonna
All right,
speed up as fast as
the
I
three
can.
of you zoom over as the kaiju tries to keep up with you, roaring and stomping through the city. Did we lose?
Oh yeah, we lost this for a second.
We lost
Sorry.
Scarlet for a
I don't have
moment.
Scarlet.
Should we redo the last sentence? Let's see.
Good call.
There we are. Sorry about that. We're back.
We're back?
Uh-huh.
We don't see you. We're back, definitely?
Oh yeah.
You don't see?
I
don't
see.
see you now. Oh, okay.
If you
Oh, there you are. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Took me a minute. Alright, so you go zooming off after stabbing the tooth into this thing that stumbles around. You go zooming off towards the tallest tower that you can see, and the kaiju roars and stomps after you, periodically breathing its atomic breath as you fly out of the way and dodge as it cuts through buildings. And there's actually a few other player avatars that have mistakenly assumed that this is like part of the game that they're meant to
The
do.
big boss
try to
battle.
Smack down.
It's a raid!
But actually, it helps you because it harries this thing and it actually slows it as these other various superheroes come flying in to try to pummel this stupid thing.
Yes.
And so finally you make it to your extraction point, which in the room appears to be a setup very similar to what you have in the real world. And so you start to like sit down and strap yourselves in, and this kaiju you can see stomping towards the building, and it inhales and it unleashes this beam of atomic breath that approaches you, and you're convinced it's just going to completely overwhelm you and atomize you. But in that moment, you wake back up.
And rip it
And quickly glancing over, you see your Celica, you see your computer readout, and it shows like upload complete. And
You guys okay?
with that is the conclusion of Act 3.
Wow.
That was so
Hero's
awesome.
Destiny.
Epic!
So thank you everyone for joining us. We're having a ton of fun doing this, and we love being able to share this with you guys. We do have the Kickstarter campaign coming up for Omega Horizon. It is scheduled to launch on August 1st, so if you think this is a cool game, you want to try it out yourself, please, we would love if you would come support the project. to get your very own copy of Omega Horizon and the soundtrack for all pledge levels. Cool, awesome cyber sounds and whatnot. So we will see you for Act 4.
Woo! Bye, everybody!
Thanks, everyone. Bye.